Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Shocking news. I did not get spoiled on the rest of this Kanto over the weekend. That's because I was playing so much card game.
You gotta spoil someone who's knee deep in the nerd.
Got to play
My hyperfixation dip barrier.
got to play fucking Brainwork, Netrunner 2, and god that was that game's so fucking fun when things just work, you know? Where I get to beat evil corporation and kill a runner through a fucking firewall feedback loop. It's unfortunately telling that I have an easier time playing as a corpo than a runner. I need my energy, don't I?
Yeah. There's still some fights you have left.
I almost reflexively cashed out. But I digress. Where am I going? I'm going here. That's where I'm going. I'm sorry, wait, what was that? Oh, 23 days. I was like, wait, 24 hours? Hello?
Yeah, do it now, Highwing. Get on it.
That'd be the most immaculate. I didn't realize this is a good thing here. This is really subtle.
Real quick, I know you don't have the new Merceau yet, but one of the things he says when you use them for the stat checks in the event checks and whatnot.
What does he say?
If you have that, you have followers from Merceau pass a check. He goes, I suppose he says something along the lines of, "I suppose this is where I would wag my tail."
Oh God.
That's right. Merceau's into pup play.
I mean, that's kind of what all Fauvism is, honestly. Miseries. Also, God. I had a brief chance to look at a really cool piece of fan art on Blue Sky today. That was a really cool rendition of what Kira's going through. And it's really confusing because I could see it on my phone, but not my browser, and I don't know what's up with that. And I'm wondering if I should link it or not, because it's I think it's kind of dark, but also I think it's just gone now because I don't see it anymore. Yeah, I think it's just gone. Fuck. Oh no, there it is. Oh no, they just deleted it. Yeah, it's not there anymore. That's really weird that my phone still sees it. Like Blue Skies and something. Yeah, because the fucking developer and owner is vibe coding it now, and it's certainly something. Anyway, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to be miserable. But Tish. Oh, it's cached. Okay. It's a shame they killed it, because, like, it's a good piece of art, in my opinion. Okay, and that about wraps up the Middles corridor. Thanks to you folks, we managed to cut the door cataloging workload by 80%. I really appreciate everyone going to the extra mile to check each and every door, too. Made my whole life a whole lot easier. It's all thanks to the manager's excellent strategization. Next up, the Thumbs corridor, but we actually found a lot of intel lying around there, so we just need you to check up on some of the doors in its basement. Intel? The manager expresses interest in the aforementioned intel. Oh, that. In the Thumbs corridor, we came across a bundle of papers detailing the comings and goings of the Thumbs members and the orders they were carrying. Whoever wrote this log has been diligently keeping them updated. The last entry was written not too long ago. While the contents of the notes weren't all that interesting, they helped us get an idea of where each door in that corridor leads to. Valencia's shitty scrap papers. She's been keeping up with that useless shit the whole time. Heh. Useless shit? Remnants of her desperate search. Wow, I can't talk today. Remnants of her desperate search for a thread to cling to. You found one of her backup ticket hoards. Hang on, I got like something in my teeth that's bugging the hell out of me. Huh? Oh, that's just gonna be stuck there, huh? Fuck. I marked any doors that need work with a drone. They should be 3 or 4 of them. While you guys do that, I have some leftover work to take care of over here, so... I've been noticing this throughout our interactions. But whenever anything irrelevant to his work comes up, Alan seems to have a way of unhearing and maneuvering right past it as though he didn't register what was said. Recalling our conversation with Cesara back at P-Corp, that deeply uncurious indifference might just be one of the essential personality traits to go on as a corporate employee in the city. That seems, weirdly prescient to what we were talking about a while ago. Understood. We will explore the areas past the marked doors and return here. Thanks a ton. Well then. With Alan returning to where the other Wayfarer employees were huddled around, we decided to follow the corridor to our left. Hey! There's someone in there. More of the ring, maybe? Alfonso may beg to differ, but she might be the exception. Who was Alfonso again?
K-Corp.
K-Corp?
The Mountain Dew Monster Energy drink lady.
Oh god, right, her name was also Alfonso, because I saw Alfonso and she, and I was like, no! Isn't that Roland's friend?
That's Alstafo.
Oh, Astolfo, you're right. Going by their silhouettes, they're unlikely to be members of the ring.
Come on, lady, get out of my way so I can see. Is the detective some stubbly guy I don't know, and that knowingly airy dude?
Airy? Sounds like Moses, Gregor, and Hong Lu, respectively? The trio's conversation grew clearer the more... Oh! I thought Greg was still, you know...
No, he was mostly fine. It's just that he was mentally recuperating.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So I thought he was like, you know, still like laid up because of that.
No, that's mentally recuperating is like he wasn't battle ready, but he can still go. He can still be out and about.
Okay. You okay, fella? You bumped your head earlier. Fine as a fiddle. Yeah, it was just a minor fall. This is the 3rd time this has occurred. We ought to discuss this issue with the manager once this consultation is over. I think I'm seeing a bump on the side of Hong Lu's head? Anyway, you know what to do, right? At any moment you see signs of... Don't worry, Gregor. You made it through the explanation and the footage both. You're gonna be fine again. I believe in you. Look at you now. We're right where it happened, but your arm is stable. See? Ironically, fear tends to grow most unmitigated when it is distant and unseen. I understand what you might be worried about, but I don't even see the earliest portents of it. So don't hesitate to share the unfiltered thoughts that arise while you're here. I know what I saw in that footage, but I'm still having a hard time believing it. Or I don't know, maybe I'm just avoiding truths when staring me right in the face. Yeah, this is where Greg went fucking sicko mode. Wow, there's a lot of therapy going on, isn't there? My case is nothing like Don Quixote's. She just needs to keep her shoes on and it's all good and dandy, right? Things don't work out that way for me. Dagger?
Dagger.
Sorry, I'm being distracted by things.
Ah.
Whatever they're talking about sounds hella deep, guys. You sure about eavesdropping on him like this?
That geezer's always cagey about himself. Have you had a chance to learn more about him? He's sharing such an yes about himself for once. Why walk away? Don Quixote gives a nonsensical interpretation of Ryoshi's acronym as Kira rolls her eyes out of exasperation. Between the bickering sinners and Kira, however, Otis stands in silence with an inscrutable look on her face. She's listening to the exchange between Moses and Gregor like a woman possessed. Huh. Okay, let's keep listening then. Otis was right. Otis was right. Damn it, she was right all along. The war isn't over. It never was. And it can't ever be over as long as this fucking joke of a gift stays on my arm. Barbed words. Now let's revisit a question you couldn't answer while the footage was playing. Hopefully it's become easier to answer now. You've been using that arm to fight just fine so far. How? I don't mind fighting hostiles or enemies. I'm not the kind of person who worries about people trying to kill me. But killing my comrades, that changes things, doesn't it? I can't even control it. There's nothing I could do to even brace for it. It's unstoppable. Like some kind of time bomb counting down to unleash a disease you never know when the symptoms will set off. Even Heathcliff, who was always the first to step up when people began to spiral into self-hatred, stood in conflicted silence, his lips drawing a hard, straight line. Besides, Gregor wasn't wrong in that. At present, there was no way to stop his transformation, should it happen again. We still got a good chunk of the journey left, and eventually we'll have to... No matter what lurks in the past of us sinners, even if it's killed hundreds, thousands, no tens of thousands of innocent people, will you still embrace them? We'll eventually have to confront an even darker, bleaker truth of the war. Can I really trust Gregor not to crumble under that inevitable pressure? I see. You're afraid you'll end up hurting us. Well, that... First I thought I couldn't give a hoot whether or not I accidentally murdered some of you. It's a bit saddening to hear that. You know how it is, Honglu. The bus team didn't exactly get off to a rocking good start. Well, through our journey, I began to think of you all as my comrades. And I was okay with that, because I had too much faith in my own weakness. When I realized I'd grown so weak that I couldn't even take down some backstreet thug with this arm, I was relieved. Imagine that. That same arm. My arm. A weapon that stabbed the heart of countless people during the Smoke War. I'll be honest, when that Hohenheim fellow said I was an exception, the thought alone made me hope. Exception? A potential to be harmless, weaker than a non-combatant even like Yiseng? And maybe hope for a life that didn't sound so bad. We all know how that went though, don't we? Blowing up in the worst possible way. And after that, I just couldn't bring myself to fight again. Because I no longer know when this fear would eat me up again. Because I'm constantly afraid of this damn gift manifesting again. The same fear you've carried all this time. How did you endure it before? Badly. Barely. Holding on to the idea that living's gotta live on and nothing else. This really brings me back. The memories are so clear that it's like they all happened yesterday. Best you kick me off the bus before push comes to... That can't be the answer, Gregor. You can walk away, but the danger of our journey won't leave that with you. Dante and the rest of us will still be facing an endless repeat of peril. And it's not like leaving the bus will bring peace to your heart. Our deaths can be reversed should an accident occur, even if it comes at the cost of Dante's suffering. The same can't be said for most people in the city. Well, that's something I never expected to hear from you. I guess you're right. If we're seeing this through any kind of end, this will be the place to do so. How many places in the city have some worth to them like this one does? Boy, this consultation thing's pretty embarrassing. I mean, it's not like I was forced to go through something as traumatizing as yours, Honglu. Truth be told, not some special case. Everyone who's participated in the war must have gone through more or less the same experience. Miss Moses, Otis, even Valencia, that piece of work. We can't attach a number to our misfortunes that there is something to be measured. When I fled from my past, I tried my hardest to avert my eyes from it. But you, Gregor, you're not like me. Every few steps you distance yourself from the past, you come to a pause to spare a look towards the path you'd walked. All those years I let slip by, all those that slip by you, are dotted with fathoms of suffering that are both ineffable and beyond measure. Different experiences, different pain. Still, if there is one thing common to everyone, it is that trauma leaves after effects that linger for a long time. Eh? What's yours? I dislike loud noises and people who talk too much. They sound too much like the cacophony of the war, like screaming comrades who resented me even as they lay dying, and the wounds they left in my heart bled me dry. But I thought you were fond of Miss Eliza, Miss Moses. Or Miss Ezra, Miss Moses. Yeah, I don't know why I saw Eliza. That was weird. I've talked too much. That aside, haven't you heard your fill? Might as well come out of that corner you're hiding in.
Ah, man, they knew we've been eavesdropping this whole time.
I was actually waiting for the right time to come out and say a few words, but I couldn't find an appropriate moment to, well, I would have had to share with this to you, but, or the rest of you fellas sooner or later, so I don't really mind, but... What's she doing here? T.A. Temporary ally? No. Temporary accompaniment. Tiger?
Sorry. Don't be an asshole. I'm working my ass off to help you guys.
Pleased to meet your acquaintance. You're right on time. I've been working on a theory, but I don't have all the clues to be absolutely certain. A word from someone in the know may immensely improve my confidence in the theory. Kira, do you know which door the Thumb's nurse father was most attached to?
Huh? No, duh.
Duh? That's supposed to be obvious?
Didn't you guys all see her? You think I'd just chat up a scary lady like that? Dude, she was beating the ever-loving shit out of Lucia every time I saw them together. Oh yeah, he went down fighting you guys to the end, huh?
Yeah, said stuff about generosity and all that and fought till the end.
Damn, that's unexpected. Being real for a sec here, I thought he was totally gonna swap sides.
Really? Hello? And why is that?
You know, the vibes. You guys don't know because you haven't seen him long without the scary lady always looming over him.
Yeah, he was absolutely ready to turncoat.
What's up? Gonna stab her right in the spine.
You?
Look, I think you might be training wrong because you're not improving as much as you should from all that grind. Let me show you what I learned about sword swings from this comic book.
That is not how my master has instructed me. The textbook cannot be permitted to have even a single deviation if it means to repay the debt that is owed to her.
Why are you so obsessed with all that crap anyway? You don't even like that old lady.
But you're not so different from me in that regard, are you?
Bro, the heck are you talking about? I love my papa.
So, here's the funny thing about the art I was talking about, and it's sad that they took it down. In the background of the art piece, you would see just the repeating phrase, I love my papa in purple, but for love, it ends with a D in red. And I'm just like, ooh, that's good.
Ooh.
And there's just like a bunch of little hints of text in the background of like, why'd you do it, papa? Was Hideyoshi that important?
Seriously, I thought things were gonna crash and burn before Yoshihide even came home.
Yoshihide, I got the name wrong. Fuck. Huh. Suppose textbook and I had that in common. If this one doesn't know, let me redirect a question towards you, Sinner Ryoshu. If that was still up, I would have retweeted in a heartbeat. I know! It's so sad that they took it down, because it was really good. Hopefully, this touches upon one of your more intact memories. Do you know which of these doors the Thumb Nurse father showed particular attachment to? Or the one she used often? Why ask me? Fine. Yes, I do remember. Don't even need clock's help to piece it back together. It's that one. The door with the metal pieces dangling from it. Holy shit! I almost died out there! Son of a bitch, a fucking fly. Where do those G-Corp fucks even drag those gross pests from? Mom, are you okay? Do I look okay to you, Ticket? No, not really. I'm fine. You know I don't break easy. You should have seen me. You should have been there to see me tear the head off that G-Corp vermin, Ticket. But Mom, your leg's bleeding a lot. Here comes another mission. Boy, they really can't do shit without me, huh? So much for a break. Fuck is this? Bandages for you. Is this kid serious? They got truckloads of expensive treatment on the ready to patch me up the moment I get back to... Well, okay, never mind that. Hey, this works. Mom? Sit tight and don't start any trouble. I'll teach you some sword techniques once I'm back. Must have been her years in the smoke war. Directly addressing the confusion some people had on the timeline here. What's up?
Some people had confusion with the timeline as to, like, the smoke war would have been happening while Lucio was being raised, so...
Yeah, fighting the war took a lot out of her and left her perpetually exhausted. But she marched to every battle with a smile. Stopped drinking. Stopped beating me, too. Like a blissful idiot who had forgotten that she was still neck-deep in the inescapable pit of the House of Spiders. Well, the ironic peace didn't last. Sometime after the war ended, someone called the Consigliere of the Thumb visited the house as a tutor. I definitely mispronounced that, but I never quite know how to pronounce that. I think it's like Consigliere? And that's where she went right back to drinking herself into a shit-faced stupor day after day. The beatings returned, and so did the edge of her profanities. It was pathetic. Hold on. Why, though? Sure, I was on the losing side. Wasn't Valencia winning? A war hero at that! Ever hear of the regulation that prevents smoke war participants from moving into I-Corp and K-Corp nests? The common threads between these post-war rules is that they make the lives of veterans difficult. Dubious rules that don't discriminate between winners and losers. I see. There must have been some things going on behind the scenes, too. But, does that mean the back doors will drop us into trench they dug during the war? Yes, and Greco will be the one to open it. Consulary? Huh. Wait, me? Yes. Others could do it for you, but what would be the point? You sure this won't end and just start giving him more nightmares? I don't see how this helps him in any way. We don't have the means to treat whatever it is that slumbers within his arm. However, I would surmise that the underlying case of this sudden transformation wasn't the arm. Then what? It's trauma. His arm took control after his psyche was crushed by the weight of the unspeakable memories coming back to haunt him. It's not because the arm went berserk that he started reliving his painful past, it's the other way around. Isn't that so? If you could come to understand that the war is really over, and what others say, no matter how closely they echo the past, is not necessarily aimed at you, Then you may be able to loosen your grip on the fear and anxiety that your arm could metamorphose at any moment. While her suggestions may seem blunt, it is one of the basic treatment principles of M-Corp's psychotherapy centers. Wow, I haven't even thought of the idea that M-Corp exists.
They mentioned it before in Heath's Kanto.
Really? When?
In Catherine's will, she was gonna send Hindley
Oh,
to.
right. Hindley. M-Corp, the therapy corporation. Fine, then. Guess I'll open it up. Gregor walked up to the door, grabbed its handle, and paused, taking slow, deep breaths. And with one arm, he gently opened the door. Why are you running? You should be taking the lead on the front lines with our G-Corp banner held high. I don't want to die. It's nice to have a place to go back to. Oh, right. Happy 15th birthday. But you can't possibly have the cheek to call me cruel. You G-Corp pests were far more messed up than I ever was. Ripping people apart, cannibalizing them. You were nothing but a swarm of fucked up monsters. I thought I'd woken up from the dream. But I was still... Oh god, do we have to fight Kaiser again? No.
Yes.
Please. Might as well use what we've been given. Especially since...
You gotta bring Greg.
I do have to bring Greg. Hello. Huh.
He's here.
What do I do then? Because this is kind of interesting, because, well, Greg can help Faust and Hong Lu.
연구자에게 자꾸 물리력을 쥐고만을 열시.
자, 출발합니다.
어떤 조직 놈들인지
What is this fight
좀
even?
봐둘까?
We need Greg for it. This place. Dagger?
It's just a boring old office. I was kind of ready to be shook, thinking we're about to walk into a war zone or something.
You recognize the place? Of course I do. My last job before Limbus Company. And my desk was over there. Here's a tip, fellows. When you're walking in an office like this, always get a corner desk facing the wall if you can help it. Lets you hide from the boss man. Out of sight, out of mind, you know? You can do whatever you want that way. Work, chill, or even freak out in terror at the slightest sound of metal clinking. No one will catch you. No one will think you're a bother to others. Gregor grins, a bitter, mocking smile directed at himself. The only downside to this desk arrangement being people walking behind me to get my attention. Higher-ups just have to hello, "Hey, vet!" and I'd scuttle up to them, but others can't do that. So whenever people walked up to me from behind, I get afraid that I might cause an accident. Vet hire. Must be about the post-war veteran special employment. Right, but how could I possibly complain? Wouldn't have gotten the job without it, you know? Not everyone was lucky enough to be considered for that. I was better off than most. Gregor? Ted? Greg whipped around, his hand instinctively leaping to his other arm. There was an unfamiliar man in a clean suit standing behind us. It really is you, Greg! And some new faces with you. Oh, wait. You folks must be the accountant the guys on the other team asked us to leave the meeting room open for. Landed a new job, huh? I see you got a new employee card right there. Well, so how have you been doing? Oh, me, same old, well enough. It's not like I got anywhere else to go, right? I'm surprised you found new work so soon. You were always a dependable guy. Is the pay good? How's life, man? Oh yeah, you were gonna sell that, commemorative coin, huh? It's a kind of metal, right? We got paid good money for that. Look at me asking how's life to a fellow citizen. Can't imagine anyone would have anything good to say to that, huh? Moving on. Hope no one's hounding you with the vet hire shit over there. No, none at all. There's none of that here. Hey, that's good to hear, man. Glad you don't have to deal with the dang jackass of an executive VP messing with you like he was a war veteran himself. You know how many years I had to hear that geezer bragging about how he profiteered from the war, pulling himself up by his bootstraps, about how in every peril there's an opportunity waiting to be found, blah blah blah. I'm preaching to the choir, aren't I? Okay, huh? Is he still taking his sauna breaks during work hours? What do you think? His seat misses his ass every day. Oh, and get this. Remember how I used to call you special employee fellows the Nepo Force? A few days ago, his name showed up in the HR report. Guess what it said? Turns out he was lining his pockets with kickbacks when we were choosing the fixer offices for a partnership project. There's about to be a vacancy in the office real soon. Really? Isn't he, though, like, an actual Nepo, though? Thought he was the president's family. Yeah, man, it's that bad. It's what anyone ever talks about by the water cooler. If there's anything I learned here, it's that people obsessed with back in my days are all kind of like him. They hate how their glory days are behind them, kind of like a distraction from how pathetic they are now. And hey, backstreet kid like myself don't got glory days to go yearn for, right? Yeah, it'd be hard to find. Like, I'm pretty sure I could still pull up the guy's blue sky, but if it's not there, then what's the point? I look back and it's all doom and gloom. You know, if you've ever hit rock bottom, you know the only other way left to go is up. You said something like that before, yeah? Yeah? Guess it's my own brand of bullshit philosophy. Oh boy, look at me running my mouth in front of our customers. Sorry about that, folks. Oh, don't worry about it. Huh? That's a pretty unique prosthesis you got there. Wonder why they took it down? I don't know. No worries. But it seemed you were on way to submit some proposals? Oh, gee golly, I'm late. Thank you for snapping me out of it. I'm gonna get one hell of a scolding. Anyway, Gregor, hit me up sometime, huh? Let's go out and catch up over a drink or something. Sure, if I get the chance. The man who seemed like Gregor's coworker hurried away, but he didn't forget to wave us a good-natured goodbye. I can see a little bit of him in the way you talk, Gregor. Come on, I don't sound as old as he does, do I? Moses, who had been quietly observing as Gregor and his former co-worker chatted, exhaled a light stream of smoke and slowly began to speak. Many of us who have returned from the war seem to suffer from a certain misconception. When we were told to remember, it does not mean we are bidden to live through the nightmare of the past over and over again. We are not being cursed to relive the pain and suffer in it. Both Ezra and I, we're both still trying to be free of the misconception we were inflicted on ourselves. It's not like I remember because I want to. Well, if you can't bring yourself to forget, then might as well include in your memory the fact that the war has indeed ended. This scene is one of the two of the best scenes in the Intervalio. It's just Ted and Greg catching up. Ted sees Greg as a person, not a freak.
Yeah.
It's really nice, yeah.
Like, it's so crazy to just go from, like, the fucking House of Spiders to just a normal-ass office.
And it's nice to see that somebody actually treats Greg as a person, you know? Like, somebody
Yeah.
out there sees him as an individual.
Just like good old Ted.
Ted,
Good old
the
Ted.
undisputed Vallo. Everybody loves Ted.
Ted, most based character in Limbus Company. Fine. You're not wrong there. Gregor stared at his right arm for a while, quietly contemplating. So did Valencia do office work as a part-timer? I don't know. I think the door is contextual. Hey, bud. Can't say I could give you any reassurance, but just going with my life seems to be the best answer for now. I want to ask if you're okay with that, though. I'll manage, but it's you who's gonna have to deal with the aftermath. Gregor would always say the same to those suffering from the cruelty inherent in living. Still, live on. Just live on. Gregor's calculus about finding somewhere to sit in an office is something I legit did at work. It's something that I also had the luxury of because I had to, like, take a corner cubicle for a couple months while the office was doing some renovations. And it really was nice. Like, boy howdy, I got away with some stuff there. But I also got kind of busted because I got, like, complacent and fell asleep at my desk once. And my boss was like, "What the fuck, bro?" I don't know if that note is still on my record, given what has happened with my work. But since the note was like, oh boy howdy, I need to stay up if I'm in the office. And then COVID happened. Yet even as his lips spoke those words, his eyes would take on a desperate and unfocused look, shaded beneath despair. Today, though, the gloomy gray seemed to give way to just a hint of the blue sky beyond. This may be no more than a single ray of the sun peering through the dark clouds that have long suffocated the sky. It'll probably take much more than this for the shadows to be fully lifted. But don't worry, dude. I'll be fine. It's a big step forward for him to have addressed even a little bit of that persistent anxiety from his past. When we emerged from the door, we saw Otis facing away from us, weapon drawn. Wait. I don't think she even followed us through the door. Wait, were you here the entire time? Yes. I was told by that Allen figure that someone had to stay behind and watch the door during these operations. So I stayed, and I didn't even notice the fucking mustache this thing had. What? I like Alan, derogatory. I like Ted, positive.
True.
Ted is the MVP of this whole bit.
Tiger?
Ah, man, it's those asshats again.
Weird. The corridor's not a place for these newbies to be roaming around on their own. As you can see, a few uninvited guests have decided to visit us through a different door. I look past those just in time to see more phallus pouring into the corridor through a different back door. They must be trying to find a way to get to the ring nurse father's corridor. Well, we just can't let them through, can we? Kill the bastards! They're getting pretty casual about issuing that order there, Dante.
오케이, 작전 지역 진입 확인했어.
네, 입감
And getting
양호합니다.
pretty casual about using Malkuth.
Yeah, right? This is letting her rip all the time.
전부 쳐지게!
Oh, this is gonna suck, isn't it?
아이씨, 짜증나게.
Please roll your coins.
You don't roll coins, though. You flip them.
You can roll coins, but yeah, you are supposed to flip them. Yeah! Bonk.
작동.
Well, at least Hong Lu finally got his head out of his ass.
방금 움찔했어.
Will we ever see the Saphria in Limbus Company proper? Probably not, because this isn't about the library and L Corporation.
선물을 잔뜩 만들 수 있을 것 같음.
기쁘고 신나는 날이요.
Also, it is nice to have overwhelming numbers, makes this a lot simpler. There we go.
Also, the thing with Greg saying that the trick about where office work is to go in like the
아이씨,
a
짜증나게.
desk in the far back is something that you somewhat noticed in the Rogue Spanner IDs for Merceau and Rodia. Because Greg is in the back.
In which IDs?
Rogue Spanners.
와,
Oh yeah, huh?
공격이었어.
You're right.
내 말만 한
I
거야?
vaguely remember that.
그래, 딱 반쯤 죽여버렸군.
It's tough because like his actual ID is just, you know, a very picturesque night viewing scene. But yeah, in like I want to say Merceau's, you can see him in the back. Wow, what the fuck happened to Faust? Is Faust weak to blood? Ah, wow. She's hella weak to these fights.
훌륭한 단말이네요.
아이씨, 짜증나게. 남았어도 이 정도쯤은 브레이크 슬램!
파우스트, 신체파의 예술을 보여줄 시간이랍니다.
I feel like if we were going to meet the library, it's going to be incidentally. Because while their effects had had like results on the town or the city, I don't think it's relevant to what Limbus company is doing.
오, 제대로 꽂혔는데.
Oh yeah, I absolutely believe you, Beowulf.
목이 비었잖아. 연장 솜씨가 이거잖아요.
덤만 만들고 도구 연습만 하는 것이요?
한 사람의 상황 볼고 24개의 늑골이 야의 멜로디가
아직 좀 남은 것 같은데?
예술적 지원하지.
그러니까 아무도 없었다는 거다.
뭐 방금같이 조금만 더 하면 진짜 아무도 남지
Oh,
않긴 하겠네요.
that is a line from the detective announcers I never heard.
양밤이 떠올랐어요.
Worried with how focused the library happening in Hermes seems to be.
그래서 한밤에 덮게.
I don't know if Hermes is focused on the library. I know they're focused on Roland. I like how you put Lucky's attack. Yeah, that's the that's related to the bullshit that happens on the stream.
울리지 않았어?
해결.
전개가 예상되는 삼추 소수진의 전투였군.
True, he did have
약지에 감긴
Argalia's
세바퀴의
scythe for
바느질은
some reason.
마에스트로가 되기 위해 인정받은 세 가지 작품을 뜻하죠. 비록
Thanks,
지금
Honglu.
제 작품이 만인의 심금을
Your
울리지는
pal.
못하더라도 여전히 반지에 부끄럽지 않은 작품을
Please stop talking.
Meaty.
Also, hey, look. Now here's the interesting thing that Greg isn't required for this one. What was the order a while ago?
자, 해골 바가지랑 거미 대가리 후드려
I think it
패러
was like
간다.
this. It was
자,
you,
해골
이런 내
you,
차례냐?
then... But
문을 열.
연구중
출발합니다.
this setup is a bit weird because it's co-opting the weird charge, bleed, rupture build I saw for Mirror Dungeons a while ago. So while I could fix these up, I'm just kind of too lazy to do so.
왕의 행진이다.
Once we dealt with the Falvis who invaded the Thumb Nurse Father's destroyed corridor, we left for the indexes. And ran into a few familiar faces waiting for us, all pissed. Huh? Don't you guys have today off? Yeah, but I thought I might as well come along. It's, you know, you keep summoning us when we're in the middle of something, so I decided that it might actually be more convenient to just be here. Your summoning occurs at the most unideal moments. Now, I know you weren't doing it on purpose, but when all 3 times you summoned me, I was leaning over snacks topped with a bunch of whipped cream. Today, I learned that blacking out and waking up to a me-shaped indent in a cake I was about to chow down doesn't make for a very relaxing break. Sorry about that. I should have checked in with you guys before summoning, but I'm still getting used to this. Okay, now you're being too sorry. No hard feelings, you know? I'm tagging along because I need some exercise, after all. I appreciate the additional employee assignments. Now, if you could share any information you know about yet another corridor?
I hung out here all the time, so I know this place a little. There was this super clingy, annoying little... No, that wasn't the mask dude. There was this other,
Oh, that's a good detail.
Uh...
Is there something you don't remember? Oh, right! She doesn't remember Sora! Sora? Who? That name doesn't ring a bell. Is that someone that used to live here? Yeah, well, Sora was the Index Apprentice, so she probably lived here.
Forsooth, the Index Apprentice. Pray tell, wherefore is that the middle, the thumb, and the ring each have apprentices, and yet the index and pinky lack them?
Forgot about that. Wouldn't these two know in some capacity?
No, they don't have the memory memory immunity that Dante has.
No, well, like, I'm talking about through the ID, because it's been proven that sinners retain the memories from their IDs, which was shown during, like, the W train incident. So I'm surprised that they don't know. It would be indeed quite odd if there were a mere 3 of the 5 fingers kept an apprentice. Retrace my recollections, yet I find it like following a trail of odorless air, invisible and unreal.
No, there was someone, but I can't...
The representation of the Pinky and Index apprentices are missing. Well, to be more precise, a merciless blade has shredded and reduced them to intangible formlessness. How refreshing to hear that same impression from someone else rather than myself for once. As it seems that I was the only one who remembered the 2 apprentices, I retraced back to our first meeting and briefly shared what I knew about Sora. IDs can't recall what happened. Then how do people know? How did the sinners know about the W Corp secrets?
So think of it this way, Highway. They have the IDs of themselves as those apprentices. They know this, but that's them as the apprentices. They don't know that they were replacing.
Oh yeah, that's a good call.
She doesn't sound like a very forgettable character.
Oh, believe me, the artists never forget. Well, the Araishiki cutter and her ribbons. That would explain why it feels as though I'm recalling a sequence of events with a critical part missing in between. Tiger?
Sorry. I can almost imagine her giggling to herself like a creepy loner, and she probably wears glasses too, right? Like one of those gloomy introverts from anime.
I see. So that's why it feels like I'm tearing through each strand of a weave. Ryoshu? Let's say the Let's say the world's made of strings or threads, clock. With every slash, this blade would be cutting through the flow of strands that twined to compose one's existence. When an object is severed forever beyond repair, you'd think neither trace nor shape would be left. But now that you piece some of it together, it's almost... Instead of elaborating further, Ryoshi falls silent again, save for the sound of the tip of her cigarette turning to ash, like she was recalling another incomplete memory. I guess she's trying to avoid over-speculating on what she doesn't know.
Damn, that totally breaks the meta. I had a vague idea of how it works, but this is the first time I'm hearing the deets. Papa had to go through 4 ramp-up stages and remove seals to, like, even make full use of his sword. Honestly, yours needs a trade-off. Your sword totally power creeps Papa's.
God. T.O. There's plenty already.
Oh, so true. I guess slicing your memories away is one hell of a trade-off, sorry.
Okay, so, I'm guessing you don't have anything to contribute for this corridor.
Yeah, I've got one. I don't know where it leads, but the index guy used it all the time.
Hopefully it doesn't drop us into an army of indexes. TPU. They rarely gather in big groups. She said that's pretty unlikely. Ow! What was that for? Wait, did you just hit me with a sword? I didn't do anything. But I saw it. I saw Ryoshi's scabbard, Araya, suddenly jerk to the side, prodding Sinclair like it was annoyed by something. I won't STS. I'll SYLC until you can barely walk. I swear this isn't slander or whatever. Look, you poked me so hard I left a mark on my arm. Here! Well, I didn't want to read much into it, but the scabbard was rattling like it was irritated by something. Stop interrupting for her. That's why she won't stop making up these nonsense acronyms. Interpreting, yeah. It's making it worse. I gotta stop him from translating. Araya? Wait.
Araya is a anti for Rio Claire.
I hate this boy. Get him away. Dante, you saw that too, right? Ryoshi didn't do anything. Wait, really? It wasn't her? Nope. Then it's decided. To be fair to Sinclair, no one else but I saw the full detail of how the scabbard came to be. Which means that he couldn't imagine in his wildest dreams that the scabbard poked him of his own volition. It doesn't seem like any of the sinners heard that voice either.
Damn, you guys bully him a lot, huh?
Well, that's been long overdue for a little smack upside his noggin. We should head inside. Let's not keep Alan waiting. Kira directed us to a almost disturbingly normal wooden door. So featureless I could have mistaken it for any of the dozen of doors we walked past in the other nests. We were greeted by a whiff of stale, musty air the moment we walked through the door. Is this a basement? And emerged through what happened to be an almost dungeon-like basement area.
Well, whenever the man's tongue beeper rang, he'd walk through this door. So, who are they?
The Index.
We have entered the evil Ashrayan building.
Signs of life. There were people living down here up until just a few hours ago. Why are you here, paper slips? We were only executing the prescript. I've had it with these prescripts, though at least yours don't make annoying beeps. The basement was stocked up with shelf-stable and non-perishable foods, and the cells were all completely empty save for what looked like a makeshift bathroom in each of them. It is likely that this dungeon was used to imprison individuals of varying features that may be required to complete a prescript. Whoop. This room seems to have been used for something worse than simple incarceration. Among Faust's conjectures is that the captives were conditioned in body and mind in various ways to match the prescript's liking. Ugh. Sounds like that guy is crazy as just the rest of them.
Wait, that staircase right there leads up. Let's check out what's...
Nope.
Friggin' annoying, man. What the heck you doing?
You cannot enter through this door.
Oh, I see. Another griefer body blocking in the doorway. Door stuck! You're a genuine cocksucker.
God. Move. I need to see something. The will of the prescript forbids you. You cannot enter through this door. What do we do? Is it worth forcing our way in there? They seem pretty adamant about not letting us in. I'd prefer if we stay as far as possible from anything to do with the prescripts. But nothing in this basement gives me any indication of what these doors connect to. Oh, this is right. We're gonna have to get upstairs somehow if we want to get an idea of where this leads. If Rian's been using this basement, then I'd like to see what's upstairs. Honestly, learning that this door connects to some basement is more than enough until to cross it off the list. Still, if this has anything to do with Ryoshi's memories. Alright then, let's push through. Executing your command, Executive Manager. The will of the prescript is absolute. Is it though? Yeah, Dante's a little shit today. It's kind of... This is a focus fight. Okay.
아, 저 앞에 보이는 분들이 적일까요?
I already hate this fight.
온다.
Faust is marked, so she's a liability.
Yeah, possible attacks are hard or a bit rough.
Yeah, just so long as they don't clash with Faust, you should be fine.
Oh my god, there's Singleton. Oh shit.
Oh god, yeah, I forgot about the Singleton builds. Ugh. No. Let's not do that. There we go. Should be even. Skill descriptions. Okay.
Yeah, or it could be passive or
The problem is it could be fucking anywhere now, and it's really spooky. Some of you may already be aware that the prescripts are delivered through various means. Of these, the paper slips are the most commonplace and the most preferred by many. The question we must ask is, how many forms might the prescript take? Do they all flow from the single origin, or are they distinct entities behind each? Unraveling these mysteries is the purpose of the Society for Research of the Index. Now, would you like to join us and explore the answers together? A modest blade, unassuming and unworthy of note. Yet in following the prescripts, the fulfilling of its directive, the aid of messengers that emerge from unseen places, and the teaching of the proxies, it is slowly perfected into a weapon imbued with a single uniqueness. Incompliance risk, wow.
갑니다.
I almost win rated. Ugh.
아이씨, 짜증나게.
Probably don't want to do that.
Yeah, that'd be really bad. God, what are these guys weak to? Nice.
중주의 안가품이 그저 무력 행사뿐이라고 생각했나?
Pierce weakness looks like.
원한을 풀 수 있다니 수단을 가릴 이유는
Ryoshu is marked. That's a little awkward since literally fucking everybody rolled poor. Kira's going after them, so...
But they're not clashing.
Yeah, it's one-sided. That's why I'm trying to suss this out. Oh god. This guy's so fucking dead, holy shit.
나가서 싸워. 뒤는 내가 봐주지.
Hey, Honglu's finally getting their head in the game. Holy shit. Last stream was fucking dire.
어중간한 예술은 물어뜯어 고칠 수밖에. 남았어도
Yeah, get him, girl.
임파스터. 왜냐면 예술을. 저거 봐.
What was that, like,
버리고 있다.
weird layered audio I heard there a second?
감상은 어떤가요?
40. 먹지.
God, that's still such a good fucking attack.
거의 진압되겠는걸요?
맞아. 여기까지 다 울리지 않았어? 합격장.
연장 솜씨가 현란하죠. 선물 만들고 도구 연습만 하는 것이요.
Okay, we have 4 more to go in this fight, and that's just awful. Who's the mark? Honglu. Okay, so I did do good there.
양밤이 떠올랐어요. 일소지 가져갈래요.
Alright, we're starting to ramp up in this fight.
웃기는 자식들.
Mark
끝나고 나서
is
고래구이 파티를
ish.
열어주겠다고 하니 의욕이 좀 났나?
That's addressed. And we go. Let's go like this. How's Skullbuster looking? Not quite there yet. Uh-oh. I may have beefed something here.
Beef.
wonder. One side, one side, one side, one. Oh, that is just the worst timing for having Heathcliff's super defend ready.
갑니다.
한번에 나쁘지 않아요. 그렇지. 그게 바로 핵심 증거라고.
이대로 몰아붙이면 아무 저항도
좀
못하고
긁혔어?
사건이 해결될 수밖에 없겠는데요?
Ah, I think we get to see the full animation. This might just kill all of them.
퇴장 시간이 되었답니다. 그럼 안녕히.
예사롭지가 않은데?
저희 영상
작사를 내놨어.
성대현.
경계를 풀지 마라. 아직 이 사건은 끝나지 않았어.
그래도 이 정도면
Oh
충분히
man,
좋은
that's a good
성과일걸요?
detail in the back.
맞아. 잠깐 들뜬.
Yeah, it also the image, the CG of Araya being scared because Callisto didn't running out of space for his projects.
Was this the thing?
It was that.
That's
yeah,
really
you can see it in
good.
shadow.
It's Sakurian's use game bleeds randomly in one of the following. Well, he's also just fucking dead, so get his
영상이
ass.
떠올랐어요. 공격 능력 평가. 이걸로 사건 해결.
Oh, I think those guys are worse than dead.
상주 소수준의 전투였군.
Entering the evil ass Rayan building.
What's up there? You may speak to me casually, Araya, but in the presence of other apprentices, perhaps you should find it preferable to mimic the tone of the Dihui star. Come on, it's not like I want to be the Dihui star. Just let me do whatever I want while I'm here. Certainly. You have a point. So what's up the stairs? I'm not sure myself. I've never been upstairs. Aren't you even a little curious? Why bother peeling back the heavens just to see what's beyond? Those wanting of yearning needn't raise their heads skywards. Am I seeing Araya's memories? Clock. What did you see? I'm not sure, but now we got another reason to check what's upstairs. Oh, she's a child and an adult. Oh, were you not there for the plot, Grease Lightning?
이번에야말로 완성했어요.
The long and short of it is because Ryoshu wanted to save Araya from the House of Spiders. She had kept Araya in a time isolate. Oh, ooh, good call. I'm in chapter 5. Oh. I'm not going to say anything then.
Yeah, I guess look, you have enough for your next character.
What?
You can unlock somebody.
Oh yeah, look at that. I don't know if I have the resources for this. That's a messy situation. It is. Yeah, it's a little awkward. I know the broad strokes. I'll still leave it to the game, that way you can at least enjoy it. But let's just say, Araya is in an awkward situation, let's say.
Also, I was going to interrupt and say I was the one voicing Araya, but I'm in the middle of being distracted by multiple plates being kept spun. So
are you too busy? Like,
I'm fine. It's fine.
Like
it's nothing serious. I'm just
she's practicing her plates trick. You know, spinning the wheels, spinning the plates.
I'm in the process of making Ishmael not the most annoying person on the planet. God, that act was rough. It made sense, but also, man, I was just sitting there like, Ish, please give me a fucking line to work with here. I'm not saying Kanto 5 is bad. I'm saying I had a rough time with it. Maybe I should get Merceau just so I have, like, you know, a context-sensitive ID here. I'll hang on to it to the end just so, you know, we get through this quicker. I don't want to interrupt it with, you know, an ID story. Because we're like, what, 4 stages away?
Yeah.
We got a lot of talking to do.
잘 됐네.
That's what good media should do. Yeah, I agree. That's why I was not dismissing it, but definitely like, ugh.
얼른 끝내고 밥 먹으러
Bruh. Oh god, 10 index soldiers. Fucking hell, dude. Okay, Mark is Yisang. That's incredibly awkward, actually. Oh god. Wait, do they all just go for the Mark? Sorry, Yisang, but... Oh, this is actually incredibly bad for Yisang. Because this one doesn't have evade. Oh god, am I popping Durante early today?
You can probably see if you can, like, for everybody, because you have a bunch of 5. Well, no, never mind. There's a bunch of 5.
No, they are all going after Yisang. Like, that is kind of the director of the index. Fuck that guy in particular. Clashing against them is fucking miserable, so you never want to do it.
Unless you pop some rezo, maybe you might eke out some better rolls. Cause you got some less coins on there.
I do have a resonance. I don't know if it'll be enough though. I've always been like cagey about resonance strats. That should be the least amount of damage Yisang will take among them, so that should be fine.
You can probably pile everyone else who's not clashing onto that person's seat in hopes of not staggering him.
That's not a bad idea, actually. Fuck that guy up in particular.
You're not gonna.
Not gonna what?
Wasn't sure if you met all the clashes.
Pretty sure I did. The problem is, like, this bleed team is very heavy slash aligning, and that's the problem against the index. I might have to, like, bring in the boys. Oh, Ish might get it. Oh, nope. Wow, he was able to go before Ish. That sucks.
좋아. 이번에는 제대로 들어간 거.
It's really funny they fight index grunts after the Kanto and not before it. It kind of makes sense because, like, I keep mentioning before, it's a very person-related plot for Kanto 9, so having grunts kind of feels at odds with what the story's going for. Ryoshi's situation is very personal, so having faceless mooks to grind through kind of kills the mood, in my opinion. Rhodia is the target. There is a slight problem, though. Clean that up. So Rhodia here. You here. Everybody has fucking ones. Ugh. Oh, this is another situation of, too many people clashing at high speeds. Oh right, Rhodia isn't supposed to be clashing. That was the dilemma here. Rhodia... Oh, it's Kira that's clashing. What are the other redundancies, then? Or do we just not have enough people to natively clash against everyone safely? Well, if Rhodia has to fight that, that's like the safest coin to fight. So I guess I could send Yiseng over here and keep it clean.
점 찍었네.
Oh, did that yellow have a fucking unbreakable, or is that because of, you know, fighting an index? Oh, I didn't realize Rhodia talks during this.
원한을 풀 수 있다면 수단을 가릴 이유는 없지.
Good Lamage, bring another planet up. Why did she say that? Yiseng's the target and we're all pretty fast, so this should be fine. Question is, do we have good coins to clash with? The answer may surprise you. Skullbuster ready? No way. So might as well use it. Pretty sure there was an unbreakable coin because I had an index target clashing with the proselyte.
파우스트, 신체파의 예술을 보여줄 시간이랍니다.
Wow, you missed every coin flip there, Faust. Holy shit.
그렇지. 그게 바로 핵심 증거라고.
이대로 몰아붙이면 아무 저항도 못하고 사건이 해결될 수밖에 없겠는데요?
이제 한 사람의 상황볼과 24개의 늑골이 자아내는 티비아의 멜로디가
이제야
완벽한 한방. 시원한 걸. 임팩트.
예술적이에요.
예술을.
경계를 풀지 마라.
Well, hang on a second.
아직 이 사건은 끝나지
Oh,
않았어.
right.
그래도 이 정도면
I like how even her grudge is
맞아.
crossed out.
잠깐 들뜨는 것도 나쁘진 않지.
Let's see. 3 clashes, Ryoshi's the target. This ain't shit. Go get him, girl. So do we have clash capacity? Because I think everybody drew their skill 1s. I fucking hate this. Well, we have some egos. Might as well throw some around. Oh wow, that guy has 41 sanity. When the hell did that happen? Hey guys, you ready for an Arknights crossover?
흐릿한 등화, 곱게 접은 종이에 번졌으니 식구의 하늘, 용이 되어 빈 벼로에 남았구나.
Wow, I just cleared the map. Fuck.
반쯤 죽여버려. 13조 2항에 맞추겠다. 그게 체격이지.
Funny collab.
God, somebody posted a joke tweet that they're suggesting another Arknights collab because quote unquote. Oh, that was you? Yeah, I hate the fact that I fell for that.
공장 일찍 문 닫을 수 있을 것 같지요.
Oh yes, everybody. It's the next highly anticipated collab of Arknights. That's right, baby. Round us to.
Oh, even if we're marked, that's still a confident. Actually, that's a good point. Let's take a look at this.
We're doing a Azure Lane
There it is.
collab. You mean I had command codes?
Oh, all of this is ass, actually. Wow. Oh, I guess it's closing time.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
That song's really good, honestly.
It really is.
I don't hear it as much on the radio anymore. A small detail I really do like is how Kumakuro Heathcliff never takes his hand out of his pocket. He's just too cool for that.
아주 작살을 내놨어.
퇴장 시간이 되었다.
Imagine Kira's confusion. Well, she did have to fight them, so I think she's entirely used to that at this point.
맞아. 여기까지 다 울리지 않았어?
I love the fact that a piece of artwork appears in the back if you get to use closing time and you're not done. I really want to just win right this fight. I think I have to properly distribute it, or else the AI for win rate fucking loses its shit. Does the art give a buff? I don't know. I know Hong Lu does get a new buff, but I don't know if that's a buff or a debuff.
좋아, 이걸로 사건 해결.
전개가 예상되는 삼추소 수준의 전투였군.
Wow, they even fucking copied the room. Fuck this.
Yup. Kinda let down when they were body blocking the door like there was some big secret behind it.
Right? Looks like just any other average family home.
Oh man, I get cleaning up's a chore, but peeps should at least dust their home once in a while.
The thick layer of dust covering every surface and the blotchy wallpaper made it clear that no one's been living here for a good while. Whichever family lived here must have had a child. Look, there are drawings and dolls too. Well, it seems like the place has been abandoned for quite a long time. Could something bad have happened here? Sinclair, it's the city. That happens every day.
Yeah, something must have happened in here that caused the family to flee, and they never got to return.
Yeah, a lot of evidence of just that. Open door, single show, just lying around. So someone fled from home for some reason, never to return? I don't know, it's kind of hard to narrow down the cause. Could be anything. Are you searching for something in particular, Ryoshu? Yes, but it doesn't seem to be here. Every framed photo is singed beyond recognition. Whatever documents there were have been torn to shreds. Kinda like my memories. So this wasn't where he escaped to, huh? The indexed nurse father, Rien. The last time we saw him, he fled the house via the corridor after suffering a severe wound at Ryoshu's hand. If by some miracle he survived, there's a chance he'd come after Ryoshu again, but... Something about our last encounter led me to believe that it would be the last time Ryoshu would ever see him. This is... Do you recognize the drawing? I found myself hoping to see Ryoshu piece together another memory. She's been recalling new details all day whenever something caught her attention. Sadly, she responded by softly shaking her head. No, I don't. Now here's the question. Is it actually Roland's apartment or is it Rien's old place?
It's Rien's apartment that was made to look like Roland's.
Okay.
You can tell because there are slight differences.
The bullet holes were what threw me off.
And also why would Roland have a fucking weird ass basement like that?
A weird ass what?
Weird ass basement.
See, I had a string of logic for that. I thought that would have been his interrogation room for when he was trying to figure out who was the cause for Angelica's death.
No, that was him just going on a rampage. That's all he did.
Oh, this is a repeatable. God, I love the little detail of the blue wrapping around the red. That's such a good... That's a good, just visual metaphor for everything going along with this story. Sangria. EX, just clear it.
교류해. 설레네요.
After leaving Rien's quarters, we explored the Index Corridor for a while, but didn't find anything that could help piece Ryoshu's memories back together. Great work! Now that just leaves the Pinky Nurse Father's corridor. But that room didn't have any back rooms for us to explore. There were countless more in the adjacent corridor, but our guideline makes it a bit difficult to delve into each and every one of them right away. Which means that our work here is done. Thank you for your assistance, Dante. Okay. Glad we could help. Dante replies that they're happy to have been of assistance. Well then, it has been a pleasure. After a brief round of handshakes, Alan returns to the forward base. He probably should have done the same, but... Y'all want to take a look around here anyway? Sure. As we had more business here than simply checking the doors, we decided to stay a little longer and investigate the Pinky's corridor. The Pinky's nurse father's room had a peculiar structure. Each door we opened led to a room identical in shape to the previous one. And even though I was certain we traversed through quite a few rooms, we somehow found ourselves back at the starting point. There's some small design differences between each room that help to tell them apart, but it's difficult to tell which unless we really look hard. Where are we now? Whoop.
The kitchen?
How do you know that?
I've been here before. Someone ghosted me after promising to watch Fixer clips together, so I thought I'd come visit. Someone y'all have met too, I think, it was,
Must be another one who was severed by the Arayashiki.
Damn, you might be right.
His name was Ren, the Pinky's apprentice. I tick-tocked, but no one here really seemed to have anything to say to that. I suppose it only makes sense. After all, his existence registered to no one but me. So, when you said back at K-Corp that you cooked before, you were talking about this, huh? Yep. I used to perform intense culinary artistry here.
That was an intense rattle.
Your scabbard shaking. The reviews were glowing. One of them was WYUM, meaning yeah, unbelievably mouthwatering. The scabbard, Araya, was defiantly shaking from side to side in a valiant effort to deny Ryoshi's claim. No, she sucked at cooking! Must have been pretty damn bad, huh? I'm having a hard time believing her, if you ask me. What did you usually make? Boxed lunch. Boxed lunch that kids might bring to grade school, with sausages cut like octopuses in tamagoyaki. A bit simple to be intense culinary artistry, don't you think? IF. Didn't you know? There's nothing like a school lunchbox rivalry.
So I want octopus sandwiches, sausages, tamagoyaki, and I've got sandwich on the brain.
Not gonna lie, octopus sandwich does sound pretty good, just kind of a chore. Why are we making sausages out of an octopus?
No, I mean sausages cut like octopuses.
And why are we cutting sausages into octopus shapes?
Sausages?
Cause it's a dwarves, that's why.
That wasn't sausages, highway. That was sausages.
Wait, really?
Yeah. I don't know if that's an error or if
Pretty
that's
sure
just
it's an
Ryoshi being
error.
herself. Because I could see that just Ryoshi like making it shorter for no reason.
Sausages.
Sausages.
Something like this? That's a virus.
What's that?
Sausage carved into an octopus shape. Didn't miss a single suction cup.
Come on, I didn't mean like a real life octopus. It's gotta be a dwarves, Kay?
Oh, she remembers. Oh no, she remembers.
Little baby.
Isn't it all the SD once it goes down the cult? Why is this so important?
Well, mommy, there's nothing like a school lunchbox rivalry.
Why is the apron so short? You think this House of Spiders has anything up to date? Is that a buzzsaw knife?
I think that's like an infamous like infomercial knife from Korea.
Really? I've never heard of this.
Yeah.
Look at the cut. It's not just a cutting board. It's the whole table. Ryoshi murdered the hell out of this thing.
Yeah, people are saying that the cuts on Ryoshi's hand when she was opening the safe were from her cooking for Araya.
That's really That's really cute, honestly. IDU.
You're doing your weird acronyms again, aren't you?
It means I don't understand.
That's when you see IDK, Mom. SMH.
These must be some of the happiest memories Ryoshi and Araya shared. The sinners, me and Araya, even as a scabbard, could imagine them and recall them in full. But for Ryoshi, the most important part of those memories remains sliced away. Oh, come on. That's not fair. Still, if we could continue to piece more and more of our memories together. Do you want to check?
I posted in Limbus talk. It was an actual knife that was sold.
Oh, that looks terrible.
Yup.
Well, for you. It doesn't even look sharp. That's the weird part. I just saw Beowulf posting the goat.
Yep.
As soon as I asked, however, the sinner's footsteps came to a simultaneous stop.
Wait.
Hey, Unclockhead. Don't open that door just yet. I looked back and found Kira and Heathcliff poised to fight, hands on their weapons. Oh, it's a bread knife.
It's not shaped
Serrated
like one.
knife. Well,
It's
serrated knives.
braided like one, but yeah.
Serrated knives are usually bread knives.
This way, manager. And Merceau, who realized that what was indicated, yanked me to the back of the line. And in mere moments...
Anyhow.
So, there was someone guiding those whelps. Figured they'd send more than fodder to the House of Spiders. Stinks of wet dog. The claws of a massive paw slashed through where they had been just standing.
Anyhow, here's a me-coded character.
Wolfman?
Huge
Yeah?
It really is.
Hugamalugas.
Go ahead, Tiger.
It really is, as Maestro Emile Benoit said. This place is already occupied. If you would be so kind as to help me with directions.
It's funny because I can see why Rhodia has this ID.
Yeah, there are two very big reasons, aren't there?
Yeah, see, think about that. Oh, you're having trouble who to choose for Palvis, the ring? Choose the Palvis if you want big naturals. You have Rhodia, you have this woman, and you have
Merceau. The biggest naturals, Merceau.
Is this where Master Callisto's art is located?
What? Oh, God. The question came from a woman who appeared from one of the doors that led to a different corridor. She was wearing a wolf's mask, and unlike the Phallus we had encountered thus far, she seemed to make a point to speak and act with decorum. But the subtle hint of violence in her voice quickly betrayed the air of faux civility.
Sure you're at the right address, lady? Robohunk's stuff ain't even this part of the house. Find a different corridor. Yes, I'm aware. But I'm not here looking for his creations, which are easily mistaken for mass-produced garbage.
I could feel her intense gaze, even though her face was obscured by a mask. There was no doubt that her eyes were bearing down on Ryoshu. Suddenly, I was reminded of what Rian said moments before he fled through the corridor. We let them observe us too freely. What? What does that mean? The Phallus got to confirm a lot of important intel, including the fact that the House of Spiders has fallen and that Ryoshu currently has possession of the Araya-shiki. They want Ryoshu for themselves, whether she's completed or not. Ryoshu as she is now.
Dante actually making good observations here for once.
I mean, he's gotta be good to his people.
There.
There. Thank you. God, it's so hard to unprogram that. Isn't that intriguing for once?
My name is Rufo. Yoshihide, the blade coveted by the Five Fingers. Master Callisto's final and posthumous masterpiece.
Okay. So, I have seen
Hot lady, lady hot,
a
lady
lot
hot.
of fan art of this character in many different ways, but I thought this was just someone's OC.
Hot lady hot. As a docent of Fauvism, please allow me the honor of escorting you to our gallery.
Do I want to? Don't see the point in hanging out with people in those unaesthetic AM. As expected, Ryoshi declined Ruko's respect with a curt reply. And Araya, too, rattled angrily in the docent's direction.
Then, I'm afraid my only remaining option is to rely on our usual method of ushering.
How are our odds?
I don't know, she's probably tougher than me at my maxed out stats.
Really? The shape of her ring suggests that she is a docent of Fauvism. Her position is comparable to that of a capo of a thumb or a big sibling of the middle.
Verily, that maketh her a foe who may surpass even Ricardo's might, or with a stroke of ill fortune even lay hang.
Doubt she's anywhere near as strong as Lei Hung. Our chances are HOHOM.
Half or more? I like those odds.
Half or more.
Dude, really?
Outmodded. Has-been. Why seek out the art of a has-been after all this time?
It was a decision met with much confusion from the outset.
Outmoded, okay.
To entrust such a momentous project in the hands of one such as Callisto, why, everyone agrees it is no less foolish than casting a pearl before swine. And they were quite on point with that assessment. His oeuvre recovered from the house were more than tools than art, the sort that the likes of workshop meisters might assemble. No self-respecting maestro would create such mundanities and call them art.
I don't know, I think those swords look pretty sick.
Now, I must ask for your forgiveness for presuming that you would be no different from the rest of his work. But what I observed above this room completely changed my perspective.
What?
The scorched corridor, the ferity with which you've scarred the walls and floor as though a frenzied beast had been through them.
Oh, right.
There is but one tool that could possibly have left such marks behind.
At least you've got a passable eye for art.
Yoshihide, I ask you, have you ever considered pursuing an art of a further elevated beauty? It will be an experience that departs from the dilapidated remnant that dubs itself corporism, of movement so constrained by its obsession over the human corpus that, once it had depleting all meaning it had to offer, began piling on empty definitions onto itself. Fauvism is a movement that has broken from the traditional mold. Unfettered like a beast that roams free, we dare ask ourselves to ask questions that challenge the mind. What is man? What are things? What does it mean to trace the origin? How do we define that which we call le fauve? These are the subject matters that have led us fauves into the field of fertile creativity.
Living in art college for this section? Yeah.
Should you, a wielder of that relic, enter the fold of our movement, it will layer your work with such an unrelenting spectrum of colors that will be destined to leave an unforgettable impression in the annals of history. In other words, what we can offer you will be of much greater worth than what you may have learned from a teacher like Callisto.
Is gender-flipped Chris Rufo trying to incorporate Ryoshu into furrydom? Yes. I also didn't realize Rufo was an actual historical person. At least that's what it sounds like However's implying. Never considered him my teacher. Not a real one, anyway. Finding beauty among the carnage of blood and flesh is a lesson I learned on my own. And yes, I know enough about your movement. Maybe I considered some of the works created by your school acceptable, at least among the rings art. Or not. I can't remember.
In other
words...
Then, will you...
But, I don't know. I don't know what makes your art more elevated than the one I pursue.
The one you pursue?
Didn't the site you claim to have see include you in?
Oh, it did. I do understand. Your art may appear to be no more than unchecked chaos at a glance, but upon closer observation, it reveals a fierce dominant force that threads the entire scene together with its keenness as the connecting suture.
God, I felt my brain just kind of like disassociate for a split second after this art discussion.
Your blade work, too, shows much multi-layeredness. Mere keenness often entails mundanity, yet you have transcended such a limit by scorching the tail end of each slash. Truly a unique aesthetic sense.
I hate that I understand most of this. Glad someone does.
I believe I've sufficiently understood the full extent of the artistic merit imbued in that scene.
No, you didn't. Lesser painters like you are such mediocrities that they fail to recognize the beauty that lies in the grotesque. They do little beyond painting the hell reflected in their eyes and call that shallowness hell's beauty. The sorrow condensed into a cry held in an instant, wrath unbound from the yoke of reason, the fading gleam of despair in the hewn. You give no thought to what each of these emotions signify, instead obsessing over the curious qualities of what is beheld. Let me teach you otherwise. Pay attention, because I won't afford you another long-winded lesson. Ryoshu readied her sword. Pointillists, Faoists, supremacists, blade raiteurs, cubists. I've visited my share of the Ring's galleries, heard their commentaries, but none of them were to my liking. Your art is an overcomplicated pile of definitions buried under symbols, caked in patchworks of empty shells. You and your art both talk too damn much. Just like Callisto, kept trying to take from others' movements, forcing meaning where there was none. Excess is easy. Anyone can do it. What's beyond most is making it succinct. The art of abbreviation.
Alas, if all is one by one abbreviated away, nothing remains in its absence, making the void left behind completely bereft of meaning.
No. The void is what remains. And it holds things that can't be found anywhere else.
What is this, a minimalist manifesto?
No. My aesthetics go beyond the pursuit of simplicity. I pursue the natural germination of artistic immaculacy, a state of perfection wherein further abbreviation is an impossibility. Sangria.
A bit abstract, isn't it? Too removed, too plain, with a distinct lack of any meaningful, striking qualities. What exactly is it that elevates your art above that of Fauvism?
Painters. We are the stubborn sort that mere words can't convince.
Indeed, there's no discipline more subjective than that of art. Discourse concerning its nature may extend for days on end, will not change the fact that unseen arts are meaningless, pretentious illusions at the end of the day.
Then I suppose I have to carve it right into your eyes.
Please do, though I'm afraid it may be overshadowed by the sheer vibrancy of my aesthetics. I, a docent of Le Fauvisme, shall personally welcome you to my critique session.
Ah, she's got the sicko mode eyes. It's always so fun when you get to play the villain. Focus, right?
Time for Ahab 2.
God forbid a girl chew little furniture.
That wasn't Chewie, that was clawing the shit out of my fucking couch. 2 protection for each allied Fauvist. If the unit used critique in this encounter, gain 2 more and heal 5 SP. If no Fauvist, gain 2 fragile. Immediately before getting hit by a skill that has 1 attack weight, if there is an ally student in the ring, have that unit take the attack instead. If the unit used critique, if an allied student was defeated, replace its... Oh, God. So she has a bunch of people always coming in, it sounds like.
Bring in more friends, but the more friends she brings in, the more fragile she gets.
Combat and inflict vibrant palette to sinners that have red, blue, and hard touch simultaneously. Intrinsic is the outward appearance of each animal. Intrinsic.
How about I take this? Intrinsic in the outward appearance of each animal is a distinct purpose, and we Leaf Elves are the ones who awaken and express the fairity of those that which we call wild beasts among them.
I don't know why I was struggling with that one. Randomly
The layperson often struggles to comprehend our art.
Don't you start with me, young lady. I'll fucking cut you. Randomly apply offense and defense to allied Falvis, equal to number. Oh, gross. We gotta kill these things fast.
No kidding.
If an allied student staggered, recover them from. Wow, okay. If a student panics, go to 45. What the fuck? First to start in Masque de Loup and heal 45. So this seems like I just want to beat down Falvis as quickly as I can. And it looks like it's randomly offense and defense, and we got a pretty good roll here. Is Kira with us? Yes, she is. What do we have? We have an 11, a 12, 13. Okay. The question is, how do we manage this? Because I need to both clash and kill. Wow, that's kind of ass there, Heath. What is her speed? Slower, so we don't want to use Ish then. Seems like I want to do the barest minimum possible on Rufo, and then, just, you know, speed bag the minions. I was running the bullet egos from Merceau and Ryoshu.
어디에서도 볼 수 없을 색채로.
Big Natural's SP restoration, yeah.
아이씨, 짜증나게.
Also, Kira, I don't think you get to sass people during this fight.
He goes here. Oh, the guns, right.
Merlin Cross, what's wrong? Why are you losing it?
이건 내가 완전 전문인데 벌써 추리를 성공해버렸네.
주의 깊게 보지 않으면 잘못 선택했을 수도 있어.
Man, Kira's putting in work.
그 슬랩!
Wait. Oh, someone was body blocking. That's what it was.
Yeah. She's
Nice
very
work.
annoying because she makes her doofus's body block for her.
Oh, this
That's
is
why I
already
said-
bad.
She only
That's why I
does it
said-
twice a turn, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's why I called it that's why I call it the Ahab 2.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Also, this is spooky right here. Because not only is it their big attack, they have offense level 5. It's a 30! Or not.
You just hit them hard enough that you just kill all the Falcon students, then you just have to deal with her, it's fine.
The problem is she only... Oh, is that critique? That is not critique. This is critique. Using index is bad because it can body block the target if it's Rufio. My
Yeah,
ideas?
the thing about her reinforcement things is that it's very specific. If we manage to take them out before she does like
Allied
the
students of
moves.
the ring, and not us.
Hearing Tiger talk like a high-end art college student, well, I'm glad I'm still able to channel that.
There we go. That's what I'm looking for. This is weird. Oh, I don't have any good attacks to throw at this guy, I think. I feel like a dick. Because I'm sitting there like, well, Kira could take a punch, right? Like, her stagger threshold is so far away. She'll be fine. This, however, kinda sucks. I don't know if I have a good way of stopping it. Are you clashing? Oh, I see the dilemma here. Okay.
Yeah, I brought Index Dawn to this fight. It was suffering.
Really? Why was Index Dawn having a time?
As Merlin says, prescript, hit the boss. And then she throws a beam in front of herself.
Yeah.
You fail.
나가서 싸워. 그냥 내가 봐주지.
I had index
치명적인
Dawn
한방이었어.
and index
거의 진압되겠는걸요?
Rian saying on this fight, but some of the other people I brought in, they're just strong enough that I was able to take out the rest of the riffraff really quickly.
Am I hitting the boss or a minion there? No, I was hitting a minion. Okay.
두뇌파로 적을 다 밀어버리는 놈이 있었지.
It's kind of hard to tell. Oh, I guess it's protected.
If I'm running Lobo Corp, Ryoshu and Mersal, they have attack weight, so that made things easier for me.
Yeah, that's probably the smarter move because you could chunk others easily. I'm hoping Honglu and Faust, once revved up, will, you know, accommodate that.
이제 끌고 가도 될 것 같아.
Oh.
빨리빨리 옮기시오.
Oh my. Fast fire 2 for every type of negative effect on the targets.
Yeah, and it's target fixed, so make sure you know which one you're clashing with.
Oh, and they're standing back. Interesting.
Also, to make it easier on you, the target is it's going from Heathcliff backwards.
Well, the clashes seem favorable. Except this one. Oh, girl, you got a lot of debuffs on you. What the fuck?
양밤이 떠올랐어요.
짜증나게.
Kira, you can't criticize us. That was a fucking unbreakable coin.
Yeah. Critique is very dangerous move.
A bit underwhelming.
I'm going to cheat now with my critique. Fuck you. Turns out Pointel isn't kid. Oh wait, no, she's resistant to Pierce. Never mind. God, did she just get all her minions back after this phase?
Sure does.
Oh,
Only if her minions are any of her minions are still alive.
여기 폈잖아.
전술의 승리네요.
Yeah, but I'm having a hard time cleaning them up.
I believe it's you manage to get through that phase and there's no minions and none of them come back.
바이올렛, 브레이크.
No, they do. She gets 4 fragile for it though.
최고야. 알지?
Or they get 4 fragile for it rather.
Oh, there's the okay, I was a little confused there.
I probably might be misremembering because I burned her down kind of quick, and also I did burn her. Then I fought her again in the mirror dungeon.
Yeah, this is gonna be fucking awful in the mirror dungeon, isn't it?
Not exactly. Well, it could be awful with the when they get bust, but you have like the eagle gets makes things easier because you could wipe the floor if the her ads quicker.
Oh, what's going where? Ryoshi's getting some pretty good clashes here, actually. This is wild.
영감이 떠올랐어요.
Happy burn season. Hello, V-Lever. Yeah,
Also,
using
I'm sorry for being spacey earlier. You caught me in the middle of something. I didn't notice the time.
It's fine.
You have my full attention now.
It's fine. I was worried I interrupted something important.
Nothing important, no.
God, it's been a while since I've seen this ego. Holy shit. I should be actually hitting Rufo with bigger attacks because of the whole body block thing, honestly.
임파스터.
Hang on. Who said that?
That was actually her.
네.
Which of you two said that?
공격은 꽤 효과적일 것
It
같아요.
was Rufo. Impasto.
Valencia Rhodia and Matthias better have good burn. Oh, I'm gonna be so sad when Valencia Rhodia is shown. I don't want to see child abuser Rhodia.
Yeah. I think maybe she's taking so long to come out because they're trying to figure out a way to
Not
make her not child abuser Rhodia.
Yeah, not to make it fucking awful.
Well, it won't be a child abuser because of the fact that it's obviously going to be Heathcliff.
Wow. Good clash there, Rhodia. Maybe... Yeah, there we go. Much better. That, however... you saying why your clash is so ass, man?
Big guy Heathcliff.
I sure did. What the fuck? Better. Well, I think I can make this better. Hang on. There we go.
대가리 딱 떼도.
Oh, that dude only had 45 HP. He doesn't stand a chance.
이제야 친해졌네요.
If anything, fine, but you didn't notice that Heathcliff's clash was neutral.
Looked favor when I put it up.
Sometimes it's not. It doesn't accurately represent for some reason. When you hit, it says favor, but then it may not accurately be favor.
It was 16 versus 14, so it should be fine.
I mean, you still win on a struggling thing, but still, like, you know.
Faker? I think you're the faker.
예전에는 굉장했다고.
Ooh. Why is everybody aura farming these days? Also, how are you able to pose like that with all those bones in you?
Very carefully.
Look, you don't get to do that. Your bones. Oh, that's fucking ugly right there.
It's one of the secrets of Taoism.
Better. Where the fuck did that come from? 22. What the fuck is wrong with you? Oh god.
She's logging into her for infinity.
Damn it, you think? Yeah, she's about to put on the persona, isn't she?
Probably.
Oh yeah, the sculpture is here too. This is great.
밤이 떠올랐어요.
And now all the free bonks in the world.
짜증나게.
I really hope he's. Oh, I don't think he's into the stagger. She had a fair bit of pixels before the stagger bar. Bonk! We may need to have Fluid Sack come out because this is getting kind of dangerous. Hey, remember this identity I never, or this ego I never use?
그럼 네 발목을 잘라버리면.
Blood.
방금의 공격
99.95 chance.
자체였다. 한쌍의 상황볼과
Here we go.
꼬리 차는 티비아의 멜로디가.
공격 능력 평가? 양호.
Oh, fuck.
You are worthy of the privilege to behold. I can't read that. My prize needlework.
쟤 휘청거리고 있다.
I'm sorry it clashed into the screen. It was a bit of trouble.
White on white. Don't you know anything about color theory?
No.
Plebeians.
I took
I
art
like
of...
to read those.
Skill. Final power. Damage from skill does not stagger. Good to know. So purples don't stagger. Final power. Damage does not Why is she not staggering us?
On Clash lose.
Oh, on Clash lose. Okay. Final power for every bleed sinking. If 3 types of negatives, get unbreakable. Which I'm pretty sure we have because she has the free Bonkaroonies.
Not necessarily.
조금 멀리서 눈으로만 감상하시길.
Sinking is one.
조금 멀리서 눈으로만 감상하시길.
Sinking.
The good thing is she inflicts essentially.
That's two. That's three.
Yeah, because like all of her stuff, she inflicts basically like at least 3 things on you.
I think Ishmael is fine, and I think Heathcliff is fine.
할 말이 남았나요?
Yes, and barely. Can they throw good numbers, though, is the question.
Just win your classes, that's all you gotta do.
What's that you say? Cheat, you say. Can do. That's,
I haven't used Capote for Ish for in a long time, because I always use Rosetta the Desire.
I don't know why it's Capote. Huh.
I use it more for utility. I don't expect it to be a damaging ego, but it's like that offense loss is really big.
On Capote?
No, Rosetta
On
Desire.
Roseate.
Oh yeah, that thing is awful. Also, deal 15 SP damage. That's gonna be useful.
갑니다.
Okay, thank God. I was afraid that Rodeo might stagger.
전투는 승리할 거예요.
Rien Senki is useless. I mean, yeah, he's got main character syndrome.
방금 움찔했수.
아이씨, 짜증나게.
약점인 것 같아.
You faker.
이제 한 사람의 상황골과 24개의 늑골이 자아내는 티비아의 멜로디가.
It's a shame I can't go into the files of this game and replace any hit stun with her versus bonk. Ole!
이쪽입니다.
I do think that Ish looks really good in the Matador's outfit.
He does.
Give me a burn ID. I know, right?
반드시 되찾을 거다.
Look, you got Lei Hung. You'll be good for the next year. You ain't got shit on Boyle is a bitch.
I still love you for her.
Wow! Did she always have 5 coins there?
그렇게 잡히는
No.
Also, holy shit, what?
이런 푹신한 날에 안 풀리는.
Oh man, Kira's going nuts.
Skill 3 last. What you're looking for. Yeah, yeah, see? 5 points.
Yeah, but it was red, wasn't it? Like the skill, not the coins. Yeah, there we go. At three plus grudge, reuse the coin 3 times. So this was 5. But what the fuck is happening to Faust? Why is all of the hate on her?
Just is.
Also, what is this? The Thrill of Inspiration. Can't clash with this regardless of speed. Final power 1 and plus 10 for every negative effect. 10% damage for each type of negative effect. Is it still Ish with the latest effects? Bleed and Sinking. Ryoshi only has Sinking. She might actually be good for this. And she could just punch the tar out of it.
Having a Seeking Unity team is always nice to have for human opponents.
SP management in general is really good. Case in point, my fucking fluid sack is still gone and I hate this. I'll have to do a backup heal. I would have loved to have Ish use another capote, but it looks like that's not in the cards.
양밤이 떠올랐어요.
Hex nail. Oh man, Brody is really close to staggering.
테디, 나를 따라해 보는 거야. 짜잔.
Ta-da!
짜잔.
Oh, the fan art when that ego was announced was exquisite.
아이씨, 짜증나게.
Also, we are in an interesting situation because we are constantly getting sinking, and she gets free bonks.
Her free bonks don't activate sinking, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that's
You don't
pretty
activate
good.
as long as you Clash lose.
Yeah, as long as you crack the coins.
That's good to hear.
외면의 예술.
I'm just so surprised that Rhodia's HP is so low at the moment. Hey, I forgot that heals. Most fan art was great. Yeah. It's kind of hard to see what Kira's doing when she has these unaesthetic claw marks on her.
류슈 씨, 지금 상황은 어떻게 생각하세요?
With a palette of colors out of this
나쁘지
world.
않겠어.
Why
아무런
was...
문제가 없었던 건 아니지만
Oh, because I used an
이
ego, that's
정도면
right.
충분히 끝까지 도달할 거야.
What is this? Unfocused volley prioritizes pellet vibrance. Does not trigger defensive skills. Can clash regardless of speed. Less negative effects is best. Clash lose. She gains 5 damage down and paralyze. Does not trigger sinking. And also gross. 2 on sinking, 2 on Ryoshu, 3 on Ryoshu,
할 말이 남았나요?
2 on Ish.
관람 중에는 정수.
Alright, I'll be quiet, Honglu. God.
자꾸 보면 다른.
Rhodia has 1, so she might be the best clash for this.
조금 멀리서 눈으로만 감상하시길.
What does Faust have? 1, 2...
Meanwhile, I have White Chocolate.
Oh, I'm fucking jealous. 25. Important thing is to make sure that everyone who has a pallet uses a defense. But wasn't there a thing that said, this skill does not trigger defensive skills except Clashable Guard. So we don't want to use Clashable Guard here. Or we don't want to use defensive skills here. Target has equipped a defensive skill while having... So while they have Vibrant Palette and equip a defensive skill, the whole thing does 9% less damage? Interesting. Who has Vibrant Palette on? Ah, I see. But wouldn't that make us lose still?
Well, you still want somebody to clash it. But everybody who isn't clashing it can probably just use their defense.
Ah, I see. What?
Rhodia's skill 3 should win. See? Dominating.
Why did it change there?
It's funny.
Point power. I don't know.
Oh, I see. I see what the wording's trying to get through there. Okay.
Now everybody else should use defensive, especially Ryoshu.
Oh, Ryoshu also has Palette Vibrant. Okay. Should we be using defensive skills? Because, like...
I mean, the attack ends after,
Oh, does it end
after she goes. I'm pretty sure.
Unfocused volley priorities, go clash. Clash win, clash lose, attack end.
Attack end, yeah.
Okay.
So everybody else can just defense, it doesn't matter. Now you get A-res for Roja.
Yeah, it's really good too because she has
Hell
low
yeah.
sanity. Wow. This is kind of dope though.
대가리 딱 나가서 싸워.
Faker, I think you're the faker here.
내렸다. 정렬. 원색적으로.
Underdone art can only be reworked by taking a bite out of it.
This is really funny because
특별히
what was it?
보여줄게.
We were watching
하품이다 난.
Marriage Toxin,
지루하니까
and that involves art theft and someone threatening to ruin someone's art. So I'm sitting here like, huh, this is weirdly appropriate. Oh, look, she also has palette vibrant. Let's do a little bit of a percussive maintenance, shall we? Why is Ryosha neutral? Why is there sanity? Oh, because we got hit. This is weirdly awkward for Ish. I heard of Marriage Toxin only because somebody told me about the Bugmaster. Dude, Marriage Toxin is pretty sick and honestly, like, really open-minded about relationships. I just hate how it was pitched to me as, what if the main character was highwing but bi?
아이씨, 짜증나게.
Oh, right, it becomes all unbreakable coins on that. I forgot about that.
Oopsie.
Gotta learn how to read chat. Oh, cool! Rhodia has the mask on. Oh, it didn't turn me away, I just found it targeted more than anything. What the hell are you saying? Oh, it's because he has multiple status effects, that's why. Kira, I hope you get the kill here, because we're gonna need it.
Impasto.
Why'd she stagger?
Good question.
슬슬 지루하니까
Let's
빨리
not
끝내버리는
worry
게
about it.
좋겠어.
Just press the damage button and we win.
Adieu.
Faker.
좋아. 이걸로 사건 해결.
전개가
11 turns. We just had to beat it. We didn't have to worry about the EX.
수준의 전투였군.
다른
이 날카롭고 거친 궤적. 뜯겨나간 실처럼
Wow, look at how
엉망진창으로
close that
변해지는
was.
흉터들. 설마 거미집이 성공한 거야?
Maui Zowie.
잠깐. 그럼 이럴 때가 아니지. 돌아가서 마에스트로 씨에게 말해줘야 해. 이 복도
Every time I
어둠에
look at her mask, I just see this
모든
eye and think, oh,
손가락이
that's
탐낼
the
만한
Millennium
걸작이
mask.
있다는 걸.
I think of unique parade for by Usupi.
Good memories. I think this line from the Rodian is a hint to the seasonal ID for Ryoshu. I missed the line, unfortunately. My bones!
Oh, my bones.
See? You're already looking much better without the superfluous animal part, with those superfluous animal parts removed.
You're serious about founding your own movement.
I already answered that.
But you'll need time. Under the Falva's wing, at least you can, until you can fully cultivate your movement, perhaps?
Give me a sec to check something. Oh yeah, what the fuck?
Eh?
I might have to, do a little bit of, self-reflection. The lumbar support of my office chair broke. Though I can't tell if it's because it's crap plastic, because it kind of looks like it is. Or maybe, I was leaning a bit too far back.
Oh dear.
Ugh. My lumbar is fucking jacked.
Evidently. I don't suppose words have any meaning now.
The docent raised her giant arm as though to strike us in her final act of defiance, then slammed it down upon the door we entered through instead.
All I can do is buy time for.
Mid-sentence, the docent suddenly went limp like a marionette whose strings were cut. Dead. And here I thought at least her last words were going to be succinct. Ah. Thus we are made fools with yet another finger. We are made foes with yet another finger. The ring.
At least I died. Ahadi.
Succinct, I said. Succinct! That's not doom and gloom already, fellas. We beat an officer of the fingers all on our own for the first time, didn't we? This is a pretty definite win.
All on your own, huh? Come on, bro. I was fighting my ass off out there.
Helgega has a point. The outcome of this battle would not have changed it by a significant margin even if you had not been here, Kira. This is more...
Whatever.
This is more like it. Won't have to freak out over a mere BB anymore as long as we're here with Clock. Ha! Don't start congratulating yourself for achieving the bare minimum. Those who celebrate over such a small occasion don't deserve to stand beside the executive mentor. Well, I guess it isn't impressive to all people who became much stronger, like Otis or Dawn.
For these speak not such folly, for the joy of my compatriots is mine own.
Have you any inkling as to why she might have, in her final moments, elected to demolish the door? Right? It's not like we have a shortage of doors here. Are we really debating the logical thought process of someone who's 2 seconds away from dropping dead? Come on, let's get out of here so we can bring everyone up to date. Didn't I just leave this room?
Uh-oh.
Ishmael walked through the door we entered through and appeared behind us.
Ah, shit. Where'd the exit go? Don't tell me the exit changes every time someone walks through it.
No. Can't be that easy. Well?
I am barred from enjoying the fresh air of the world outside.
Oh, wait, is this a rock?
This is the actual Dihui star, I'm pretty sure, but I'll still take her.
Yeah, sure.
No longer free to travel the mountains and cliffs as my feet would carry me, as the other members of the Pinky are.
Oh, that's the worst punishment for the Pinky, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking brutal. What did she do?
I wish to no avail that I should be allowed to weave the delineations of wings and back streets.
Huh. So this is what she meant. The back door through which we traversed is a passage to the corridor of the one called the Index Nurse's father. Across the broken door we might, however, it avails us but a brief jaunt to the Pinky Nurse Father's Azure Corridor before it returns us to this room. Room's now locked in a loop without a starting point, no matter which door we open. Is there anything we could do? A rescue team will arrive in time. As this location adheres to the regular flow of time, unlike warp trains, it'll approximately be a week or two from the present before we can return. That's, pretty long. Well, the first problem we're going to have to deal with is food. As far as I'm aware, we should be able to go for at least 3 days. Thanks, Rhodia. So let's... Didn't bring any snacks. It's not like we were about to walk into one of L-Corp's branches or dungeons, so... yeah, makes sense. Looks like we're gonna have to give this room a thorough search then. No need. If there is no exit, we cut one of our own. What about the part where it cuts into your memories too, lass? Deal with that yet? No. The sword, it still cleaves my memories with every slash. Don't know what memory will slice away this time, but it'll be something recent, or one I hold dear. Wait! Don't be so bloody rash about it! Other than me, no one but Heathcliff still remembers the person he holds is in the loving depths of his heart. Ever since the day of the Sepia Tempest, memory took on a special, precious meaning to Heathcliff. Heathcliff suddenly reached out and grabbed Ryoshu's arm. Though Ryoshi and Heathcliff's circumstances were undoubtedly different, it was clear that Ryoshi's reckless attitude towards sacrificing her own memories triggered a sort of anxiety in Heathcliff. What? Didn't you hear? Them nerds will be here in a week or so to get us out. Why don't we just keep the sword, as it kept in this scabbard, and wait it out? The radio doesn't work. What if we went up to the rooftop and entered one of those doors upstairs? There's thousands of them. Out of the question. By doing so, we would put ourselves at greater risk, that of casting ourselves into the endless maze that is the corridor.
Okay, but we're dead meat if that brick wall of a maestro wanders right into this room. That wolf lady's last words. Man, I'm seeing the flags! It's a hella risky move, yeah, but I think Yoshihide and her OP sword is our best bet.
Right. What if we get lucky and they find us in a day or two? Quit freaking out, HC. It'll only be forgotten, not lost. Well, good memories don't tend to last very long. It's been a fun excursion, Clock. I look towards the scabbard, expecting it to rattle violently, but it remains still. The white blade soon reveals itself and cuts across the wall where the door used to be. And naturally, as the Arai Shiki's blade cleaves through the wall, so too does it through Ryoshi's memories.
Oh, we were really getting somewhere.
The thin strands of Arai's image, which had just begun to coalesce, slowly unraveled and fell apart once again. Even still, Araya released the blade without hesitation.
But it's okay. We'll try again, so...
Conveying no resentment, no hatred, but a few words of consolation.
Don't feel too bad.
As her voice faded again into the gentle dark within Ryoshi's memories. God, that fucking sucks, though.
We were making so much progress.
Oh, and the thread unravels here. Man. Can't have shit
look.
for Ryoshu. Oh,
It's the bus. We're finally getting out of the building.
The thread's still there.
Yeah, it is.
I'm still in the fucking building.
The next destination. Ah, welcome back. Question. What exactly was the point of verifying every back door within the House of Spiders? Oh, Hohenheim didn't fill you in? Any information regarding those doors holds an enormous value to us. Not to mention the higher-ups requesting us to reorganize the House of Spiders into a base of operation as soon as possible, even if we had to rush our work a little. Only speculating here, but I'm quite convinced they're preparing for a conflict of sorts. These little pockets of absolute safety are extremely valuable during operations, as you already know. Wait, stop right there. What? What conflict? What operation? You're saying your bosses are preparing for a war or something? I just feel like there isn't enough alarm in his voice considering what he's saying. Preparing for what? Not even trying to hide it anymore, huh? Did I say something wrong?
What do you mean the second smoke war?
Must you ask to know? I thought everyone already knew. I mean, it's an open secret at this point. What if Limbus Company had immediate access to any part of the city? That'd be dope. L Corp has already fallen. W Corp is teetering on the brink of collapse. You call us the aspirant W Corp. We call Limbus Company the aspirant L Corp. Meaning, we have a shared goal. But unlike the dead and gone L Corp, the current W Corp is still kicking, despite its rapid decline in recent years. And as we all know, companies in the city aren't worth much unless they got the military force to back them, right? It's only natural that a business conflict would lead to a physical one as well. This is just a mere team leader speaking, though. Who knows what the higher-ups in our companies are thinking? Either way, much fruitful collaboration was had today. This will reflect pretty well in our performance metrics, and we didn't even suffer many losses. I can safely say that you should expect a positive review from us regarding the collaboration.
Right.
After saying our farewells to Alan, we return to the forward base. I love Highwing's helmet voice. I am just putting my hand in front of my mouth. It's great. Is it actually understandable is my question.
It is.
Wow, that's impressive. I was expecting something like... Hohenheim and Faust both did not seem willing to discuss the subject of the looming conflict. So we instead decided to have Ryoshi's memory and sword re-examined. Oh wait, Hohenheim. Results out yet? Not yet, assistants. I clearly remember telling you 3 minutes ago that it would take about 20 more minutes. You forgot already? He talks too much. Ryoshi sounded irritated as she scolded Heathcliff, but I could sense a definite undercurrent of anxiety for the way she kept puffing her cigarette to a stub at shorter intervals. This room might be more smoke than oxygen at this point. Mine's slowing down a tad. You're practically fumigating me with cigarette smoke. And speed up, glasses. Gonna bounce as soon as I hear the results. Both of you need to learn to respect the things that take time. Yes, time is relative, but the fact that I have managed to complete an in-depth analysis of an item of such mystery in a single day is an incredibly fast turnaround, and therefore deserves your appreciation. I have been attempting to rein in the more self-indulgent part of myself as of late, but I believe this achievement deserves to be elaborated upon. It is an evident truth, as such a result could not have been replicated had it not been for my genius brain. Go out into the hallways and grab any passing researcher and tell them about my incredible turnaround time, and you'll say, "Whoa, done already?" And to that, I will answer. Shut the fuck up. Eventually, tired of the two cylinders alternating turns hounding for the results, Hohenheim seemed to speed up the analysis and managed to hit the finish line much earlier than 20 minutes. Whoa, done already? Yes. Yes! There are times when test results are extricated earlier than the predicted time frame. Many of those instances are easily attributed to my genius work. Then why aren't you saying anything? Give me the TR, now. You did tell me to shut the fuck up, so I am attempting to observe the exact merits of doing precisely that.
Huh. You think Yoshihide would ever use known acronym straight? What if it's something like a sheesh, that's a full day. Unwind after work, though?
And your verdict on her interpretation? That is exactly what I meant. She is better than MTL in some ways. How she lies as she braves. At that moment, I might have caught a glimpse of the scabbard rattling slightly atop the examination device. Almost as though it were giggling. Very well, then I will get to it. First, the memory of the time she was complimented for her cooking has been erased. Wow, you could tell that.
Huh? That's it?
Hardly. Second, a name has been erased from her memory. Do you recall the name of the man who worked with manager Saude? Aww. Wait. Did it complete...
Works.
I would have asked in
Current
past
tense.
tense. Had it been whom I was referring to. Glad Miss Saude wasn't here for that. That kid. Right. I don't remember his name. She forgot Pilot's name. That she did. Among other miscellaneous deleted memories are 172 hours of Don Quixote's tales of adventure and the types of food she fed to a seagull.
I greatly object. Fie upon it, dost thou say that the memories most precious to young Ryoshi and me have been thrown into utter destruction?
Make
Not
more.
the seagull.
Look, Donkey, I'm not gonna be mean here, but that seems pretty acceptable, doesn't it? For the price of unsheathing the sword like that? If we were going by sheer volume, I wouldn't say its mileage is acceptable. It erased several days worth of memories just for a single swing, didn't it? I mean, yeah, but they kind of sound inconsequential, don't they? Greg and Heath forget stuff all the time. How's this any different? That seemingly inconsequential nature of these particular memories weren't achieved by sheer luck. In fact, it seems to have been impacted by the scabbard of the Araya-shiki. Or to be more precise, the power of Araya's ego. That's so. Ryoshi looked down at the scabbard with an uncertain, hollow look in her eye. All that remains of Araya and Ryoshi's recollection is a blank space where the fragments of her existence used to be, severed and removed again. While it takes a rather significant amount of time, the scabbard seems to be, yes, capable of selecting which of Senator Ryoshi's memories are to be erased at the cost of using Araya-shiki. Sounds like I should be grateful then. But Ryoshi regarded the scabbard with a conflicted look, as though to approximate the outlines of the void she left behind.
This, however, also implies that Araya thought Pilot's name was acceptable to throw into the garbage bin.
I mean, is the 9 to 99-year-old wrong?
Oh, so it's got like a cooldown timer? She can use it whenever, as long as she gives it time to select the trivial memories?
I wouldn't be so quick to dismiss them as trivial. The memory of the time when you were complimented for your cooking is quite a precious memory, isn't it? You've performed an inverse calculation of the relic's cost. Yes. According to our measurement, the sword seems to factor in the weight of each memory when calculating the cost of wielding it. It's become rather clear that it takes more than light memories to properly wield it. So, have our memories been restored? As presumed, attempts to recall who the erased being's existence have resulted in failure. That is quite discouraging. But not all is lost. Simply by knowing that something used to be in that negative space, many things could still be reminisced upon. Like Ryoshi said, forgotten, but not lost. Clock. You just stepped foot into the world of sangria. She flashed the briefest of smiles, then scatters it away with a plume of cigarette smoke. Collecting the GB will restore it. What used to be here in the pockets of a void in my heart, my one and only. Ryoshi's gaze traced the invisible, the unperceivable. A few more days passed. We didn't spend those days idling. We visit Saude and Pilot in recovery, did a few odd jobs here and there, like helping suppress distortion containment breach in the new LCE hire. But with all the loose ends tied up, we finally managed, after so long, to leave China.
We're out of the fucking building.
Kinda feels like we're home again. Bus, sweet bus. The chair could use a little more cushioning, but there isn't anything like it out there.
Damn, this is your ride? Hella badass.
Hehe.
Faust smiling because she got praised.
Between the two individuals, who were looking rather pleased at her astonishment, Hohenheim squeezed through to warn us about some things to watch out for. I asked team leader Alan to set the coordinates somewhere as close as possible to the nest. Keep driving through the door and it'll bring you right to an empty spot on the highway. Don't hesitate or hit the brakes, because if there's any chance there's a car driving behind you, it will crash into the bus. So, what are you two doing here on the bus? Decided to join a better team, I must admit to a certain degree of interest of hearing your exploits, but to accompany you through this is an entirely different matter, isn't it? I'm only here to adjust your coordinates. Speaking of which, just how did you manage to escape your confinement?
I told them I had some stuff to help you with, and they let me out after making me scribble over some docs. Solitary confinement's hella boring, so I thought I might get some air. Might as well say goodbye, too, while I'm out and about, right?
She's part of the team! Yes!
Wrong.
I see. You exploited the fact that the new hires don't have grudges against you. I thought I told him to impress upon the new hires that the prisoners are to be treated as the exception to the... Oh, right. The person in charge of that training is currently checked into the long-term recovery ward. More problems stemming from the shortage of manpower. I best include this in the report. Sounds like they're both here to see us go. Well then, time for a valediction, I suppose. Perhaps I've gotten far too used to seeing your faces. Saying goodbye doesn't come out as easy as I expect it to. Another day of reunion must await in the future. Yeah, Kira isn't joining us, but she is part of the... it seems that she's about to be part of the Limbus company. I would appreciate...
I mean, Kira and Ego Gear would probably kick some serious amounts of ass.
Yeah, honestly, that'd be sick. I would appreciate it if such a reunion had a low probability of occurring. While I am not partial to the mathematical statistics like probability theory, I hope your prediction is dead right. Well
They're
then.
fighting.
Well then.
Hey, Yoshihide.
What?
I wouldn't say we're family exactly, but... Listen, there's a lot of stuff I want to say to you, and a lot of stuff I want to hear from you. Okay? So... SYL. Did I do that right?
Acronize it to an L. And call me Ryoshi, not Yoshihide. Prefer the echoes of that name. After a round of goodbyes, the two disembarked from the bus, and no sooner had the machinery clicked into place that the bus's wheels finally began to turn, bringing us closer and closer towards a blindingly radiant portal massive enough to engulf the bus whole. Well, off to our next destination, I guess. Oh right, where are we headed next? Dante inquires about our next destination, Virgilius. Ha! That's more like it. Been too bloody long since I heard that question. Yeah, don't get too excited when he has an answer to that question. When has an answer to that question ever led us anywhere that's not downright bizarre? Virgilius gave me a faint, knowing smile as though to confirm Ishmael's pessimistic remark, then delivered comment that sounded too light-hearted for its gravity. Downright bizarre, was it? Well, let me just say it's high time we face such a sight. Our next destination is District 14. In other words, Manager Dante, we are now en route to N-Corp. So we are going there after all. N-Corporation. Plenty of faces I'd rather not see. As the rest of the sinners voiced their various gripes and discontent, Merceau, who probably had the most amount of history of the wing, simply flipped open his newspaper like usual and began reading it with the same unchanging expression. Almost like a certain book. As though for him, none of this changed anything. Now departing. Vroom vroom. With that, the bus resumed its journey to yet another tale, and we fucking fender bender someone.
I wonder if at the end of Merceau's canto, Merceau is mostly the same. The only difference is that he's smiling now.
That would be uncomfortable to look at.
There's like a slight smile to him, like a little smirk.
Good Kanto, but like, I think my only criticism for this, and I can see why they didn't do it because then it would be really fucking long. It feels like this should have been part of Kanto 9.
Yeah, it was mostly just a denouement for Kanto 9, but Kanto 9 needed a denouement, so
Yeah,
I'm not mad about it.
Yeah, I'm not mad either. Like, it's a force of habit for me to always have, like, some degree of criticism with anything. And at the top of my mind, my only thought is this should have been part of Kanto 9. But we're not quite done. I still got one thing to do.
Pull for the announcer.
I guess I could do that and cry. Nope. Gotta get the boy.
기능보다 소재의 원본을 드러내는 방향으로 겉면의 결착 염색 방식은 사후 경멸보다 돋보일 수 있게
I mean, let's be
예,
real. Rufo was
결정을
fucking
보완하겠습니다.
evil.
도슨트님.
But she was hot.
But she was hot.
If evil, why hot?
I ask myself all the time when looking at Toho. Though I am curious about something. Is this better than Clock? Incorrect. What do you look like?
I mean, Ricardo is also hot, but he's also not my kind of hot. Which means, and my opinion is the only one that matters. So,
I also wouldn't consider Ricardo explicitly evil. Like, he's not doing it because, you know, he gets a boner for this. It gets him up in the morning. He does it because it's his job. And he's...
If evil, why hot? Obviously, the answer is like,
Yes.
I mean, one of the few friends I have who actually likes dudes, I showed him Lei Hung and he was like, nah.
How do I put this? Lei Hung is for people that likes a man's man.
Okay. He's very much the kind of guy who likes a man's man, but
Okay.
but the personality put him off.
You know what? Fair. Not a whole lot of people like the whole rakish bit. Where is that?
the southern bit, it has a bit of baggage to it.
Yeah, I can see that.
Requesting your most rigorous Rhodian? AO?
Was that a thing?
Shrike said in chat.
Maybe. That would actually be pretty good. Lei Hung feels like you could slot him directly into Metal Gear Rising and he'd fit perfectly. The thousand.
발톱 장식이 요격 없음. 먹이를 핥혀 소나기에 담으려는 격정 느껴짐.
Kind of looks like Heathcliff
이번에 만들어낸
in the
작품은
alternate art.
심사에 출품해도 좋겠군. 그런가? 이참에 다음 작품을
First, thread the suture through the eyes of the needle. Number 27, suturing sinew is a synthetic Z-twist fiber assembled using the ingredients Coracobrachialis. Wow, that's a fucking mouthful. Muscle and calcaneal tendon is to be threaded through the number 2 bodkin needle. Then suturing close the facial incision located on the interior. The feedback received at the critique session was the animal in focus to be made more obvious. Therefore, parts taken from other animals have been removed wholesale, and additional primary material has been procured to compensate for the missing components. My testing appears to have been ranged from the horrible, awful clown in the ceiling that is Ashaya Domon. Why is that familiar?
I think I know who that is.
Fate Go. I might have seen that character in passing then.
Okay, no, I don't.
Now place a thick patch of reasonably pre-trimmed material over the facial incision and suture it shut. Using only the primary ingredient will fall short of the tensility goal established when my original blueprint was conceived, which was designed with access to a wider variety of ingredients in mind. Still, this technique will allow me to achieve a similar effect. The current objective remains the same. Receive an evaluation higher than a B- and attain a measurable improvement beyond the status quo. This is not Merceau in the slightest. Because it is customary for individuals who have chosen to join this collective to engage themselves with a consistent output schedule and steadily improve their evaluations, further adjustments to this objective seem unnecessary. Are links okay to post? Yeah, go for it, dude. So long as it's not porn.
Listen, Merceau not getting a perfect score is reasonable when it comes to art, things like art. Remember, he is he has clinical precision on things, but does not mean that he has that. For instance, remember, he's good at cooking, but he doesn't have heart. But there wasn't any heart in it.
Yeah, my point was
Putting
that
a score on art anyways,
dumb.
always, yeah.
My point is that the Merceau I know from a book I read would not even like strive to ambition for you know anything other than passing. So him going beyond a B- is not Merceau. This is bullshit. I have not seen this guy. I wonder if it was in Neo 3, actually. The docent has advised that I could perhaps use the desire to coil the ring thrice around my ring finger, as fuel to obsess myself with completing the work. However, I have no desire of the kind. Domon is in Neo 2. Is he the one that fights, Oh god, I forget his name. Festivore, who's like the samurai dude in SMT that's a really good demon?
Yoshitsune.
Yeah. Is Domon the one who fights Yoshitsune?
I don't remember.
Abe no Seimei. Wow, I really don't remember then shit. Oh, this guy, right. That's why it's so familiar sounding. Other points of feedback from the docent were likewise executed without issue. I have watched 62 videos of dogfighting pits, paid 7 visits to the Falvist Animal Conservatory, watched 71 documentaries on predatory animals, and spent 284 hours living alongside the primary material candidate. However, none of these advised activities have led to observable improvements in the evaluation of my work. The purpose of this assignment is to feel what it is to be Falv, to be impulsive in a way that only animals can. However, as the instruction manual did not include any references for the aforementioned feel could be applied to artwork, I have been unable to identify a measurable means by which it may be translated to the physical medium. I'm not going to lie, this is kind of how I feel whenever I attempt anything artistic. I feel like I need a manual. I have punctured the transfusion bag. Blood prepared for tutorial staging is leaking out. Revisiting these memories must have made me somewhat emotional. The touch of my fingertips has become too rough. In such a case, temporarily seal the preparation with a large gauze sheet. According to instructions, material within this level of thinness requires 21 ultrafine needle, number 21 ultrafine needles and 6 times delaminated nerve thread fiber to handle. This fiber is too brittle. Experience dictates that employing the number 18 bone needle with myofiber thread will be most effective for this task. I will continue to attempt the current method nonetheless, as I must work in accordance with the instruction manual. This work will require a longer time investment than I originally calculated. Enough blood is now leaked to drench the material's auburn fur. While this has the potential to partially constitute an expression of the Falv, the instruction manual did not state that the products of happenstance could be used for the assignment. As such, the blood will be removed. Perhaps the veracity of these instructions is to be doubted and reviewed. The concept of Le Falv, conceived as a product of my experiences, does not seem to agree with what is conveyed by the instruction manual. Because what is more Falv than the crimson that so insidiously encroaches upon the brownish pelt like that of a wild hound that has just torn open its prey's jugular. Yet, how much faith can one put in what their gaze has beheld? There is no empirical method by which this perception can be impartially confirmed. Then, judgment will be reserved. My ability to patch the preparation on a transfusion bag before the complete loss of blood is limited by my insufficient skill. Which means that more of the ingredient must be gathered. This artwork's aesthetic qualities have not met the standards, but its functional merits have been field-tested and proven. Its claw extends near instantaneously from their retracted position when the starter cord is pulled. It's highly functional. Each claw in this work has a sharp edge, making it a most suitable tool for harvesting ingredients. The artwork's inner lining is a subcutaneous fatty layer that has been rearranged for a more comfortable fit when equipped over the arm, and beneath the enveloping fur is an exclosure made mesentery to minimize damage to its interior. My submission has consistently scored a series of B minuses, which can evince that there is a degree of objectivity to my aforementioned assessment. However, I have been unable to address the feedback that my work lacks punch, which is an evaluation that has little to do with the artwork's functionalities. Just what am I supposed to... Injection needles inside the helmet have been activated. The paint enters my bloodstream, reinforcing the connection between me and my work. And myofibers, the material used to carefully construct the artwork's interior, firmly wrap around my hand, allowing me to wield this tool as if it were a part of me. The injections ensure an easier time collecting my ingredient, even as dozens of assailants present in the harvesting groups pursue me. The mesentery is an organ that attaches the intestines to the posterior abdominal wall. Huh. I guess that would make sense, wouldn't it? However, a disadvantage of such a method is that it instills excitability in the user. Emotional excitement begets impulsivity, which makes the prospect of clawing things into unrecognizable red paste a rather irresistible proposition. If only I could paint them over with my brush. Wouldn't that too make a fine piece of art? What a shame. If only the instruction manual specified that such a moment of passion could be redirected towards my work. It would have enabled the composition of better art. Awoo.
It was so real.
That is an interesting rendition from Rousseau, mainly because it, like, ties into the conflict of his nature versus, like, the impulsivity of the defining action that Rousseau did in this book.
Yeah, this Merceau ID, not particularly great on its own, but it's better than this Loafing ID when he's paired with the other Falvis.
Yeah, it's meant to be the Falvis pile. Wait, was that, like... Oh, weird, I thought I saw, like, an eye gleam here or something. Well, I'll have to level that up later, because I have no fucking resources, I think.
What a shame.
Huh, good Kanto, good Kanto. Well...
That was an intervallo.
That was an intervallo. Oh, wait. I did promise something, hang on. Where is this one?
So then now Highway can see all the art, comics people dread of Hohenheim being the dad that stepped up for Kira.
I've been seeing a lot of people be very, affectionate for Hohenheim, which is, complicated for me.
He's a nerd, but we love him for it.
A nerd, but with a heart of gold.
Did I get it?
Yeah! 빌려주는 거 맞지?
Congrats.
분명 그 안경 걸고 나랑 약속했다. 좋아, 그 전투 테스팅가 뭔가 하는 거 구경이나 해보자. 좀 치고받고 싸우는 거라도 보면 덜 지루하겠지.
I spent money on that strike. I may have spent a, not too much money on this Bulls. 81.
I've seen so much not safe for work art of Rhodey and a lot of dad art of Hohenheim. Then all is as it should be.
Please note, I am asking this academically more than anything. Fucking where? Because everywhere I go, I don't see any art of Rhodia, and it fucking wounds my heart.